Good evening, Commander Priest. This is Helen with Mission Control. All systems are go for tonight's mission. If everything goes according to plan, you'll be back at the space station within 8 hours. Please be safe out there, Commander.
During the space flight, late night, Todd laughed in the Podcraft as we engage heights. All systems are go. Bird head to PlayStation. Eye on you. Come in, Squawk and Crow. The burrow owls are looking good. Look out for further commands. Wingspan. The birds are now in dreamland. How's it out there, Captain? Tell me. Eerie. Kinda tired. I could use a coffee from the deli. That's a long way. RSJ. There's no asteroids, Commander. Clear. I'll reach back in 7 hours. Now I'm about to get some winter beer. Goodbye, ducks. His eyes shut. Shut all his gears. Put himself in auto steer through the spheres.
Godspeed, Commander.
Turbulence, rumbling, all systems go. Get up quick, crew grab control. Hold, levels up, the ship turns sideways. Gaze the nebula, it's beautiful. Alarms ringing, horn shouting, sprinklers go off. The god is rerouting, the crew shouting, trying to keep balance. A great explosions to silence.
Mission Control to Priest, this is NASA. Can you hear me? Come in, Priest. We're losing your signal.
I can't tell if it's still or moving. Space woman of the crew screams. Our voice cups as we split up. I'm being pulled by this blue beam. Consciousness losing, but I got my camera on me. Suddenly I get a feeling so soothing. At the same time remembering to put my camera on 4D. It's foggy. In the planes I see something I couldn't explain. It's strange, it looks like an object from World War III. I put my camera to my face and try to adjust the lens. Just then I was ushered in by this warm gust of wind. Eerie light storms, alien life forms touched my skin. I felt quite calm, a part of me trusted them. I stopped struggling, they showed me a life without suffering. Worlds without wars, no threats, no clashing of swords. They gave me a pill with this liquid that began to heal chronic illness and sickness. Seven seal, the will within the will quickened. We went up and over, felt the rush, higher, lower. They started speaking, I understood in English. There stood this tiny alien next to an 8-footed phoenix, next to an 8 with goat horns. They spoke on photons and protons, and how ancient life prolonged, how life existed with the Dogon. Showed me the difference between the blizzard and the snowstorm. Molten glass so strong, and molten iron pouring through Orion, raining on the planets. On my knees praying, start saying all commandments. They said start standing, we have the cure for all disease, hatred and famine. Let us all take a seat, we're preparing for landing. Repairing what's damaged, body tissue, mental issues, depression, infections, affection, corrections, new directions, no addiction, prescriptions, more wisdom, and the vision. Save the children. We landed on the planet, looked abandoned, but beautiful, lots of canyons, trees with fruit for food, and good to eat. The day was cool, another ship landed. They bring one of my crew, space woman out. It feels like deja vu, on this planet that's new, and even from the Milky Way too. The alien said, you are us, and we are you. We came from the dust, small as particles. My space woman running closer and closer. They said, let us give you one more jewel. They said man is intelligence, and this particular ship is made from one of your elements. We are known as the Yahwehs, the Ancient of Days, and this ship is made from clay. We have an experiment, we want y'all to stay. We felt it's not good for you to be alone, so we brought your space woman, flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. There's also other beings here, from distant planets. They built kingdoms here, so you're not left stranded. Follow not their ways, the Yahweh's commanded. Cause you know what happened before, it'll do damage. Now, just give names to everything. As they stood before me, they transform into balls of flames. Want to be fruitful and multiply. As they got back in their ships, flew into the sky. At the same time, the space woman arrived. She asked Captain, what happened? I shipped the explosion that moment. Contact with no one. Back then, she said I was led up this golden path by this soft light. Then on a ship with a staff, winged beautiful beings. Said they was from the Nile Valley of kings and queens. The things around me got cloudy, their voices distorted. Something Elohim. It felt godly at the start. Then they named themselves after body parts. They said the galaxies was like the arteries. He was the heart. They said they were responsible for man's greatest art and the pyramids. And the ship I was in, they called man's rib. Then I passed out and we landed.
Commander, wake up. Someone is approaching the ship.
Wow, did you see that? We both turned back. It was a man with the mask of a cat. We both shocked. You speak English? I find it convenient. Most of us do, being from Venus. Let me ask you, did you meet the ape and the phoenix and the little genius? Did they sell you game and a meaning? Welcome to my place, it's called Eden. Y'all should feel safe. I'll be back to talk this evening. They'll be back probably beginning of the weekend. Y'all should know that they visit frequent. I'm just an old cat, headed to my kingdom. 7,000 years passed since we saw the beings last. This not Earth, time moves fast. Planted trees, fertilize the grass. Cool of the day, check the wind cast. Then in the air, something moved like it's clay spinning fast. The Yahwehs came, they called my name, then explained that we must not exchange knowledge with the other people. We are not the same. They were already here. Y'all came from the spheres with new ideas. They made themselves clear.
Carefully chosen, priest. Do not disappoint.
I told them about the man that we met. Wore a hat like a cat. They asked, come again, what was that? We said that was years ago. Where at? Near that tree where the 5 rivers flow. They stepped back as the doors opened on a UFO. Any contact with this cat, you should let us know. We'll be back in 100 years to see how things go. In fact, to remember we were here, we'll leave a rainbow. Alert as we ever been. I wrote my name in the dirt. Space woman did the same, she wrote Evelyn. I said Evelyn, I call you Ev. Then named myself one of the elements, then went to bed. Woke up in the morning and saw snakeskin shed. The cat came back, take off the cat mask. At last he will reveal himself, gorilla help. A shiny ass brick fruit in his hand. Ninja boots he stands, within the group to advance. I see you met the cat. The serpent said, we are all the beings in the zodiac. You are visitors, I have trivias. Taurus and the goat, Egyptian gods from far. For instance, from a distance, Horus scopes, Abraxas rooster crow. This wall fragment uses codes, those thoughts. On course, north, east, west, south. Past and present event reports. Acronym for newspaper, figured out. Another story for the winged people. Saga, the Naga, Nada, Kabbalah. Or the itsy-bitsy spider up the water spout. The mothership returned with a couple concerns. They landed about dusk to discuss what we learned. It was 3 of them and 3 of us. The snake said, I'm glad we're meeting up. They face red as the evening shut. The snake asked, had you told them how the knowledge was lost? They said no. Well, I'm here for support. They wouldn't know good and evil unless it was taught. It's a diet. Try it. Here's a spoon for resource. Now stir it in courage with a tuning fork. The spoon and the fork, that's food for thought. She said that was good and gave some to me. I listened to this knowledge too, how bad could it be? This food for thought, now we both can see. I'm 6 foot, she's 5'3", we tall as trees. The alien said Pa. Pa replied to Messa. Messa said they're like one of us gods. Then Tanya said they must leave our yard. The knowledge that you feed off, you now starve. At odds, we all learned their names. Winds blew, thunder, then it rained. They commanded, all 3 of us be banished. The snake and me and my companion. Raining blood in the place was the name as the same as the God that was blaming us. Messa and Pa and Tanya, in the gods we trust. Plus, this yard was named after us, Mesopotamia. Other gods named Ka, Ra, and Af came in their place after they left. We said their names, but replaced it. Af, Ra, Ka, ascending master. Neutrons, quarks, but atom was the mineral I named myself after. Allegory, subliminals is the original chapter. The scattered, it's the writers with. In the land of kings between the Euphrates, too wavy, and the Tigris, the Woos, KP.
Priesthood Wednesday, Royal Priesthood Wednesdays is in full effect. Your brother Knowledge One Lies in the building. Starting early. Normally would have started at 9, but we got some special guests coming on at 9. And I don't want to take away from what we normally do. So 99 Sharon, peace to the family. Freddie, I see you. Jody in the building. Okay. Solar Fact. Peace to the family coming in. Couple announcements real quick, and we're gonna get into esoteric news. We're still looking for videos for Killah Priest for the 100K celebration. Peace to the Brown Buffalo in the building. 100K videos, what Priest means to you, what the Podcraft means to you. Congratulations on the 100K. Send me those videos, dothe-knowledge-radio@gmail.com, dothe-knowledge-radio@gmail.com. Also, ufology. Yeah, y'all saw the prelude on the last Podcraft. Shout out to the wise scientists in the building. We want your feedback. We want your energy. We want your support in ufology. So we're going to be going through the discography and sharing epic moments, right? So the prompt that's happening right now is, if someone has never heard a Priest before, what is one song or one album that you would recommend? One song or one album. Not, how did I say that? One song, one album, 2 songs, 3 songs, whatever the case may be. They never heard a Priest before and you want to introduce them. Okay? So share that while we go through these videos for esoteric news. Shout out to Jody. Make sure y'all go to her channel, Jody Southworth, and run up the channel, okay? We want her to get 100K like Priest got 100K. You know, that's alumni family, day one, Podcraft family, day one supporters. So let's support the real and support those on this mission. So we got the videos, send in the videos, dothe-knowledge-radio@gmail.com. Peace to the God. We got album recommendations and song recommendations for ufology and new listeners. A lot of new people are coming here based off what they've seen and based off what the traction is going on. Priest is in the algorithm right now, so let's use the maximization of effort to make sure that we get to cross another milestone. 250K, I believe that is the next milestone up. So 100K, let's get to 250K. Let's send in these videos. Let's continue to be the virtual and physical street team for Priest. So wear more Killah Priest, play more Killah Priest, and promote more Killah Priest. You understand what I'm saying? So we all in this together. This is Priest's platform, and we are his constituents. Okay? So for a new listener, Freddie, what I'm talking about, anybody who's brand new, a lot of new people are coming over here based off of Nassau cases, attention and buzz. Okay? So we're doing recommendations so we can tell people, hey, start at this album or listen to this song. This is one of the first songs that got me hooked on Killah Priest. You understand what I'm saying? So we're doing that right now. All right. So let's show the God some love, right? Like 99 Sham said, let's show the God some love. Send in the videos, show your support, show your love, and share it out and tell the people. So I'm gonna stop talking. We're about to have an amazing show. We got the low lives coming this week and next week, promoting Love and Loyalty 2026 in the low zone, known as Orlando, Florida. So people from all over the planet are descending on and converging on Orlando, April 17th through the 19th, for Love and Loyalty Weekend 2026. So that's happening. They'll be here tonight in the building and next Wednesday in the building. All right. And Friday, your brother will be on location to CJ Electronica perform, bringing some of that Podcraft love out there. So I have some of that footage to be able to share with the craft next week. So definitely. Oh, subscribe to the Patreon. The Patreon's about to be very, very turned. Okay, so make sure y'all tune in, become a Patreon subscriber as well. Show that support. Any tier that you can consistently maintain. Dave Flores is going to come through with that amazing breakdown. Y'all saw a snippet of it on the 100K celebration. It was masterful. We're going to have to do a segment. We're going to have to include Dave Flores, the animator himself, in a segment where he gives his hot takes or behind the scenes look at some of the animations that he's done over the years working with Priest. So if y'all see Dave Flores, tell him we need to pull him in to the Patreon and pull him in for some pre-recorded segments so he can explain some of this masterful work that he does and what it means play by play. So that I'm going to say peace and love, and let's get into esoteric news by the one and only Jody Southward. All right.
This is Jody with your weekly video on the esoteric news, where ancient knowledge meets current events. Hey everyone, hello. So, today's video dives into a topic that has both haunted and fascinated humanity for centuries: death. But instead of viewing death as something dark or final, we're going to explore a radically different perspective, one offered by the great philosopher and mystic Manly P. Hall. Hall taught that death is not the end of life, but the continuation of it, a transformation, a release, and perhaps even a return home. In modern society, death is often seen as a full stop, a complete erasure of identity and consciousness. But Hall argued that this belief comes from what he called a materialistic worldview, the idea that we are nothing more than our physical bodies. According to him, this is the root of our fear. Because if you believe you are the body, then of course the loss of the body feels like a total annihilation. But Hall invites us to shift our perspective. He asks, what if the body is not who you are, but simply something you use? One of Hall's central teaching is the continuity of consciousness. He believed that consciousness, the true essence of who we are, does not die. It simply changes states. Just as you move from waking to dreaming to deep sleep, death in this sense is another transition in awareness. A movement from the physical plane into a more subtle dimension of existence. Hall often described this as the soul withdrawing from the physical body, much like a person stepping out of a worn-out garment. The body returns to the earth, but the consciousness continues its journey. Hall didn't just believe in survival after death. He believed in return. He described reincarnation as a cycle of necessity, not a punishment, but a process, a curriculum of the soul. Each lifetime, according to Hall, is like a chapter in a much larger story, a chance to learn, to evolve, to resolve unfinished experiences, and to refine character. If something remains incomplete, Whether it's emotional, moral, or spiritual, the soul returns to continue its work. This perspective reframes life itself. It suggests that nothing is wasted, no experience is meaningless. Everything contributes to the growth of the soul. Another key idea in Hall's teachings is the distinction between what he calls the mortal and the immortal. The physical body is temporary, subject to time, decay, and limitation. But the deeper self, the soul or consciousness, is enduring. Death, then, is not destruction, it is separation, a release of the soul from the physical vehicle. Hall often compared this to a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. From the outside, it may look like an ending, but from within, it is a transformation. One of the most fascinating aspects of Hall's philosophy is his view on the afterlife. He didn't describe it as a fixed location, like heaven or hell in a literal sense. Instead, he taught that the afterlife is a state of consciousness, a subjective experience shaped by the individual's inner world. In other words, what you carry with you, your beliefs, emotions, level of awareness, continues after death. So, rather than going somewhere, you awaken into a state that reflects who you've become. This idea places responsibility back on the individual. It suggests that spiritual development here and now directly shapes the experiences beyond. So now, let's bring this into something deeply human: grief. Hall did not dismiss grief. He understood its emotional reality. But he believed that a deeper understanding of life's continuity could transform how we experience loss. If consciousness continues, if the soul evolves, then those we love are not truly gone. They have simply transitioned into another phase of existence. He encouraged people to see death not as a permanent separation, but as a temporary distance in a much longer journey. This perspective doesn't eliminate grief, but it can soften it. It can replace despair with reverence and fear with understanding. According to Hall, fear of death is ultimately fear of the unknown and fear of losing identity. But when you begin to identify not with the body, but with awareness itself, something shifts. You begin to see life as a continuous flow. Forms change, experiences come and go, but the observer, the witnessing consciousness remains. And in recognizing that, fear begins to dissolve. To deepen this understanding, here are a few additional ideas Hall emphasized. Life and death are complementary, not opposites. One gives meaning to the other. The purpose of life is growth, not mere survival. Death is a part of that process. Spiritual ignorance fuels fear, while knowledge brings peace. Self-awareness is preparation. The more conscious you become in life, the smoother the transition in death. He also drew heavily on ancient traditions. Egyptian, Greek, and Eastern philosophies suggest that this understanding of death as transition is not new, but ancient wisdom we've long forgotten. So, perhaps death is not something to fear, but something to understand. It's not an ending, but a doorway, a passage from one state of being into another. And if Manly P. Hall is right, then life is far more continuous, far more meaningful than we've ever been taught to believe. Well, that's it for today's video. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who may need a new perspective on life and death. So, until next time, stay aware, stay curious, and remember, you are more than the body. All right, everyone, take care. Peace. Hey everyone, hello. So today we're diving into something deeply transformative, something that doesn't just live in the mind, but in the body itself. This is the world of somatic magic, a practice where healing, awareness, and transformation happen not through thinking, but through feeling. Somatic magic is rooted in the word soma, which simply means the body. But this isn't just about physical movement, it's about embodied awareness. It's the understanding that your body is not separate from your mind. It remembers, it stores, and it communicates. Every tension in your shoulders, every tightness in your chest, and every knot in your stomach, these are not random. They are messages. Somatic magic is the practice of listening to those messages and consciously working with them. Modern science is now catching up with what ancient traditions have known for centuries. That the body keeps score. Unprocessed emotions, stress, and trauma, they don't just disappear, they get stored in the nervous system. That is why you might think you're okay, but your body still reacts, tightening, bracing, or just shutting down. Somatic practices help release these stored patterns, not by forcing them out, but by gently bringing awareness to them. At its core, somatic magic is about regulation and reconnection. It helps you release accumulated stress and trauma, improve emotional regulation, and build resilience in your nervous system, as well as reconnect with your authentic self. But more than that, it transforms your body into a tool for healing, a living, breathing system capable of self-repair and balance. The key foundation of somatic magic comes from something called polyvagal theory. This theory explains how your nervous system constantly shifts between states: safety and connection, fight or flight, freeze or shut down. When you're stressed, your body doesn't just feel bad, it enters a survival mode. Somatic practices help guide your system back to safety. Through breath, movement, and awareness, you can literally signal your body, you are safe now. And that is where the magic begins. So, what does somatic magic actually look like in practice? Well, let's break it down. Number 1 is mindful movement. Slow, intentional movement, like yoga or Pilates, helps you reconnect with sensation. It's not about performance, it's about presence. Number 2 is breath work. Your breath is one of the fastest ways to influence your nervous system. Slow, deep breathing can shift you from stress to calm in minutes. Number 3 is sensory awareness. This involves noticing temperature, tension, pressure, and subtle internal sensations. It's about becoming the observer of your internal world. Number 4 is somatic experiencing and trauma release. Inspired by approaches like somatic experiencing, this method helps the body complete stress responses that were never finished. Instead of reliving trauma mentally, you gently allow the body to process it physically. And then, number 5, movement traditions and ancient roots. Somatic magic also draws from ancient practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, and mindfulness meditations. These systems have long understood the body as a pathway to harmony. And here's where it gets really powerful. Somatic magic is often described as somatic alchemy. The idea that stress can become calm, fear can become safety, and pain can become awareness. Not by ignoring it, but by moving through it, the body becomes a crucible for transformation. This isn't just theory. You can practice somatic magic daily. Simple ways may include taking a few minutes to notice your breath, gently stretching when you feel tension, pausing to feel your feet on the ground, and letting your body shake or release stress naturally. Even 2 to 3 minutes of awareness can reset your system. Somatic magic challenges a deep ingrained belief that the mind is in control. Instead, it reveals something deeper, that wisdom lives in the body. Your body is not just a vessel, it's an intelligent system, constantly working to bring you back to balance. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, instead of trying to think your way out of it, pause, breathe, feel. Because the answers you're searching for may already be living within your body. Well, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, share it with someone who might need it. And remember, transformation doesn't always start in the mind. Sometimes it begins in the body. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.
First station, before the earth creation and the birth of nations. When the feather serpents work with Satan, the wormholes gigantic. Before thermodynamics, the eternals were planning. Within the conjugation of the mighty, 24 heads elongated in the psyche. And my thoughts on space evaporates at a rapid pace. A ghostly coyote on a never-ending rapid chase. Matter shapes, the blackness gapes. Wait, saw the flying disc shine. This time, don't stop the tape. The ones that call themselves the watchers spake. They conjugate, they conversate in psalms and lightning and storms. The divine sovereign council in glory lay down ground rules as they delegate. feathers, feathers like propellers, each a color of the chakras, spinning towards the nebula. The craft mother moving clockwork, out in the interstellar. Deepest students at Oxford and talking to fortune tellers. My very foundation and pillar of existence is in questioning of natural physics. What have I actual witness? That they really measure time and not distance. A light year is the total distance the light appears to here in 1 year, from the spheres in 1 year's time. But it disappeared light years before humankind. The moving eye only see the illusion of its shine. Simplicity is a clever disguise, worn by the most profound, mysterious questions. Why? Can you number the sands on the beach or the stars in the sky? To understand Killah Priest is to go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Painted snakes on their tomb walls. Waves at night, the moon draws. Flames ignite. Canaanites build a huge ball and statues through their halls. Sumer put a boom shumgal. Vadum to voodoo dolls. I fine tune, high noon. You'll never find another like Lou Ross. Passing through the waterless places, seeking rest. Sleep is just one of the phases. More or less, death is a concept for stages. I poured my best into the context of the pages. You choose the Wizard of Oz or Wisdom of God. I write with cans, the sleight of hands, the lyrics are cards. 4 of hearts, 8 are diamonds. I jack a queen, my ace deuce slick fly on my head as it lean. Vodka and club soda, where mobsters rub shoulders. Show some love. He sent me a bottle over, throw him in the rug. $100 to the chauffeur, owe him a hug. Hot waters and penny loafers, shiny socks. Wherever I step, I light a box. Looking for Billy? Nah, I'm looking for a millie. Don't be silly. Take them rocks off, knocking them socks off. Eye into your mouth, give you lockjaw. Turn the place red like it's hot sauce. Names get marked off. A flame that spark bores, and I got a lot more bars. I had to get it off my chest. Good night, yards. God in the living flesh. Lyricist, 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 lyricist. Begin to vanish as I'm still in this transit. No traffic, guess it's the magic of the universe. The womb for birth, taking the passage beyond Jupiter. Beings with the appearance of lightning, fearless like lions, roar with their white wings, held the sword of diamonds. A voice from the council of the cosmos. These were the voices of the god souls in dark holes. These are the voyages, a large roll, a large roll. The large roll swole, another voice behold. These are the lost scrolls written on Mars gold. Ham radio or NASA with their Mars code. Couldn't pick me up or contact me. I'm gone from family, I'm gone from humanity. I'm beyond our galaxy, so long I'm gone beyond where the forces are strong. Weak force, nuclear force, and gravity. Speed picking up rapidly. As the beast in front was letting me go, the beast on my side was grabbing me. And the beast that was last was passing us 3. In a vehicle that was the color of beryl. The same vehicle they seen when they discovered the pharaohs. Like a time machine, one was green, the other was yellow. From times they shine their beams on queens and brothers in ghettos. It's a sign they mean destruction for devils. Get up on the level. Through a fine mist, it seemed that construction was metal. Our shuttles shuffle. I tried to speak through pockets, my voice echoed and muffled. Barely can hear myself here, just my thoughts. But these guys can talk. We warp as space shatters. Accelerate these beings spake, mighty and great. They can't articulate, gather, intake data. As they gathered, their face was magma. Their body was clear like mirrors or a lake. Their appearance and their shape. But as they conversate, they create this concentrate matter. They would come into and fro through this gaping amber. Thousands up and down, they call it Jacob's ladder. They would come in slow but go out faster. Verse 6 in the book of Job, first chapter. We searched this from the shining wheel. A voice said these are those who goes to and fro. That visited man in his dream called the place the Pine Hill. In his vision he swings, wrestles with the celestials. Ingenuous schemes, tricked his brothers, mixed the others. Because I carve with the mother, one should be stronger than the other. Their roles were switched because of supper. The oldest sold his gift because he suffered in hunger. Then we enrolled into this flowing disc to the upper. In the silence of the presence, in the mountains of the heavens. The legends, the gods that were crowned with the sevens. I count 11, and one was headed down to tell a woman she is now pregnant. I saw the sun's renown, and these were the ones that found the women on the earth beautiful and precious, and want to leave them with a child. Like Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson 5 first recorded song. Left a trail of smoke, very skeptical. COINTELPRO with their telescopes, held info. Behind the velvet rope, a cult intro. Temples is where they swear they oath. Behind windows, laboratories, they comparing notes on the insult. Insult when you call them ghosts, brush it off as a hoax. Encounters been that close. Investigation, defense intelligence agencies, activities reported from the Navy and Haiti. Foreign assessment, external research, pre-Earth, investigation on the Stargates, Nassau case, Black Panthers, the Ansar weights. Came and said they delivered us. You said we were kings, now you witnessing it. The Greeks kept records and they keep records of all of this. So reach high and ball your fist. I might just get with the tribe and call a diss from the sky. I'm there when you close your eyes, I'm black. The spook that sat in the back. I'm not the dove, I'm the bat. I'm scary black. I'm the original man, you should be frightened. You all get quiet when I come around, and I love it. It's the covenant. When it's dark, I turn out the lights. I love when it's night. Brother in white, triple stages. I live through the ages, hence the greatest. I'm the ghost that's present when they start shouting in church. I'm the voodoo man, boosted by the collar, blood on my shirt. Chicken bones, gizzards, a broom, two fishes. One eye closed, wide nose. Nighttime fly with crows, solitary. I'm with the buffalo and rhino. Carousel within the Ferris wheel. Reports from Paris, saying the chariots carried winged snakes like electric eels. Anomalous phenomenon. A large disc guards and ships during Ramadan. Parapsychological, biophysical vehicles. Moves around like a pendulum, invisible. Then flaming, pointed down to one side of them. Fire start raining. The one they call a high priest said he's headed to Canaan. The wise chief, and them called the divider of language. They were headed towards the tower. War for power. Battle. For the spirit of the living creatures were in the wheels. The wheels lifted up, the doors were still shut. They said, let us build. When the creatures went, the wheels went by them. I was in deep suspense and gliding 2 billion miles away. Clouds begin to fade, I'm in the horizon. We flying, way beyond science. Stars in alignment, Mars and Orion. Through the fog where the guards camouflage. Cameras off as we climbing. Lights are soft in this climate. I see the likes of Thoth and the Mayans. On course, caught up in the diamond. It was infused in a huge cube, crystal quartz that was shining. And when the living creatures spoke to me, the wheels spoke. And whenever the creatures turned, the wheels followed. They were really fast, the wheels slow. Like candles lit in the cosmos, like they dance with a glow. Moving camps in the road. A hand from the burning lamp hands me a scroll. The language looked ancient. It was burned in a stone. Parts were still on fire. I blew on it, but it wouldn't go out. Even waved it, tried to smother it, shake it, still wouldn't go out. The stone became a scroll. The words filled my mouth, feeling awakened. Hypnagogic, darkness slipped the conscious. Hypnopompic, conflict, sleep paralysis. Reach from a calculus, speak to an alchemist. 24 seats of astrologists. Tell the priest where the balance is. Out-of-body experiences. UFO Negro. Neo Soul was Angie Stone. D'Angelo Lauren Maxwell. To listening to Jordan Maxwell. Illuminati 666. Anthony Hilda. Humanity killed us. Society's anxieties. Unfamiliar with real love. Back to the 4 creatures with the will above. Beelzebub, get bail his blood. Little children, call them kids to sacrifice. There are no feelings. Project builders, watch how they act tonight. Between the cherubims, just ahead was paradise. The sound from serpent, wore a turban with sapphire and agonite. Nazarites aborted the wheel and left the wheel. Counter right and up the left. Steps going clockwise. Down the light, up the ladder, and counterclockwise. Eastward to the south side. Northwards towards the orbs. Their wings stretched outward. The wheels spoke at the same time. The creature's wings all combined, forming a spine. No man know the day nor the time. Then I sped up real fast, so fast I became a gas. A wind, a breath into this glass. Circling and circling, open the windows of the craft. Stardust was coming in, feathers, pressure of the draft. Flash and peace at last. From the synagogue to the mosque back to Nassau. I told my story, they erased my name. Now from society I'm blackballed. Of remorse and confusion at equal measure. as I return to my throne with my foot on the black stone with Hebrew letters. Silence swallows my cords. The justice becomes stiff as a corpse as the weight of my words sit in their thoughts. Priests of infinite force, their faces etched with questions. They shook like an etch-a-sketch. Out the text, how did he resurrect? I'm out of the second death, the house of Melchizedek. Not dying, just held my breath. Start climbing from hell steps. The gravity of the situation began to settle. They said horrified, he's in the skin of the devil. An eerie suspense, each discovery echoed. Chambers of whispered fears and fractured stories of my missing years. Now I'm back on glory. The enigmatic writings with the tip of a lightning is frightening. In my textbook, the death put with hearses, writing fork green verses and red hooks. Inside of my bed-style bars, it's all shots. I found skills in Brownsville, wall-to-wall with ops. More things to jot, more things to watch. With a task push to Flatbush, a ring around the block. All the hood flicks and Bushwick. It's like I wrote with a bullet. From my memoirs gun, triggers, ideas pulled it. The results unschooled the reality. Sun Tzu's mentality, this kung fu that balanced me. The T makes me the Alpha Omega MC. I died laughing, attended my own funeral, left wine glasses, shedding tears of joy like weddings. In the atmosphere near destroyed, my index on Jesus' death. Till I get my point across, took the stride of torrents, trying to wipe the anointing off. Lamps with no oil, y'all vessels for the devil. Throw shade, roll over in your grave, I got the shovel. My face in the tarot. Read your palm, see the storm, escape from the ghetto. Where the air thick as a pair of griffins. Above the stained glass window sitting. Angels clash in my writtens. There's blood, paint, and ashes in my scriptures. Back off, this ain't what you asked for, it's forbidden. You don't need a passport, all you need is a thought, it's cemented. Dimensions, you're going in and coming out every sentence. Peace to Kai Zodiac, Star Map Ascension. Priesthood recordings, standing ovation, the whole nation. I can see Julius Caesar applauding. The search now through purple clouds. Shout out to Thirstin Howl, Polo shirts through power. Ourselves roar across, Ralph Lauren, behold a pale horse. Young men that fell court, some sell, some snort, some nail to the cross, while others make bail. That's jail in New York, in every city, state, and every coast. Though there's plenty ways to never choke, never choke.
We approaching the Love and Loyalty Weekend, Orlando 2026. Get ready for a wild weekend. Hip-hop culture to the fullest and all that, you know what I mean? Just make sure you show up, pull up, represent, bring that love and loyalty to the table. Come enjoy a good time with us, man. 3-day event beginning Friday, April 17th at the Commission Beer Chamber in Orlando. It's going to be live. I Destroy will be there live on Sirius XM. You know what I mean? He will be broadcasting live from 4 to 7 p.m. Pull up if you want to be a part of the festivities and all that. And don't forget, Saturday, April 18th at the Iron Cow in Orlando is the Body by Nature concert. It's going to be crazy. We got Etho rocking. We got my verse. We got the Microphone Prince, also hosted by I Destroy. You know what I mean? You got Thirstin Howl III rocking, Black Forever, Polo Baby, Flacco, Bogey Black, the Hip Hop Jibarito. You know, the concert is going to be wild. DJ Excess on the 1 and 2s and DJ Throwback going to be in the building. This is all Saturday, April 18th at the Iron Cow. And hang out with us on Sunday as we wrap up the Love and Loyalty Weekend at Downey Park for the annual Low Life Orlando Barbecue. You know, everything is sponsored by Low Life Miami Family, Low Life Orlando. You know what I mean? We putting in a lot of work to make all this a beautiful situation for everybody. Come live history with us. And you know, rep that love and loyalty, man. Love and Loyalty Weekend, Orlando 2026. Make sure you there. 2 L's. Yeah, be good, people.
All right, so without any further ado, we got the family in the building. As soon as you said love and loyalty pulled up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even know if I got enough slots on the damn screen. You understand what I'm saying? So let me bring in the low life general, his own Brooklyn, Brownsville's own Medina's own Thirstin Howl III in the building. What's my nationality?
You already
Polo
know my
weekend.
nationality. You already know the nationality is not a game.
Word, like, let me bring in my Gemini brother, man. I'm telling you, he's one of the most magnificent dudes that ever existed life, right? Jersey dude, by the way. You understand what I'm saying? Jersey dude, but I know Brooklyn in the house. You know what I'm saying? I tucked my chain in before I brought you in, but Jersey up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me shout out my brother, DJ XS in the building.
Salute.
What's going on, Lord? How you be?
I'm good, brother, man. You know, I'm over here, man, living and shit.
And one of the true essence of a hip hop, very versatile. You understand what I'm saying? Every time I hear his music and I see him do what he does, it's like a history class all together in one. You understand what I'm saying? Very versatile, very at peace with the magnetic. I see him in the building. Let me bring in the one, the only Aguilar the Dawn in the building.
What's good? It's your
Peace,
boy
man. How
Aguilar the
you
Dawn.
doing?
I'm here.
The
Yeah, I'm
wild
great.
boy,
I'm great.
the
I'm
wild
great. I'm
boy
great, man.
Ag is in the building.
Yeah, grown man, no boy,
Salute.
grown man. We grown men over here. Only, you know what I
All
mean?
right,
That
the
word, I don't
wild
deal with that
man
word.
Aguilar is in the building.
Yeah. That's better. But yeah,
That's
man.
what it is.
You know, doing what I do, man. Doing what I do. Staying elevated. Staying. You know, just got off tour with hieroglyphics. It was incredible.
Dope.
You know what I mean? The brothers from the West Coast hit me up to join them on their tour. I just got off that. You know, and I'm ready to do this love and loyalty thing, man, in Orlando with Thirstin, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And yeah, show out, you know what I mean? Out in Orlando.
Word.
Yeah.
So let me bring in the versatile blended MC in the building, the prince of the microphone. Let's bring in the microphone prince.
All right.
Peace, Lord. How you be?
No, what's going on, brother? Good, brother.
What up,
Honor to
T?
be on here with y'all, for real.
That's what it is. So I done seen it, I done wrote about it, I done listened to it, I done peered through the hours and hours of data. When I asked the general for something, he sent me everything. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking through 1,000 photos, videos, all kind of things to get my mind together to try to describe what I saw in person and what I saw in these archives. You know, what y'all brought together and which y'all reformed it and before the world is something magnanimous. I don't think enough attention is being given to it. So I was thankful for the opportunity last year to capture some of the essence and, you know, how warm I was received as a participant, you know, just as an outsider coming in. I felt like family there regardless. You understand what I'm saying? And by the end of it, I was family. You know what I'm saying? So then we was able to collaborate on some projects. So to be back another year in the same sort of capacity, I think it speaks volumes. You see what I'm saying? What love means, what loyalty means, and what pride and heritage means. You see what I'm saying? And the spirit of unity of collaboration. So, you know, I want to hear from y'all what this means to y'all, and you know, kind of y'all walking it.
You know, for me, it means, man, just don't let nothing and nobody divide us in hip hop. You know, hip hop has been that melting pot that bridged the gaps of the world more than anything you could think of. And, you know, in recent conversations, a lot was being said about a lot, which we're not even going to discuss because we're only going to discuss the unity amongst us all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody, hip hop brought the world together, all nationalities, all that. It's the biggest melting pot we ever seen before, and we just
Yo,
want
is
to
his
make
mic
sure
on?
that's
Am I bugging?
continued. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here to do, is uphold that, you unify us all and keep it alive, man. Keep the culture going and keep it open for everyone. You know what I mean? Because that's what it was meant
Mhm.
to be in the first place. And that's all we want to do, man. And we flexing our skills with it to show you why. You know what I mean? Why it is what it is. There's nothing to beef about, there's nothing to argue about. We gonna get on stage and show you what it is. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
Big
hollered at
facts.
or a lot of the great Puerto Rican MCs. It's like a Puerto Rican showcase, but it's also open to everyone. We're not segregating anything. If you've seen the flyers, we promoted every flag you can imagine on there. In the same spirit of what you seen during the Super Bowl, during the Cardi B tour and all that. All flags was represented, all Caribbean people, and everyone that's under the umbrella of hip hop, man. So, like I said, the melting pot. So that's what we want to make sure. That's the message we want to get across. And it's gonna be a lot of bilingual stuff on stage, a lot of Spanglish being spit, and a lot of
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans who don't speak Spanish. Just
Right.
so a lot of heads from New York City, from Orlando, from Jersey, from all that,
Mhm.
just showing love and loyalty and unity within the culture that we represent and that we push forward. Because almost everybody here involved is somebody that has been pushing the culture forward. We're not just participants in the culture, we help elevate the culture. And everybody has a history of consistency of maybe more than 30 years plus. Myself, I've been here since the beginning of hip hop, like TMP, like everybody else participating. We put our work in, man. We paid our dues, and we're still relevant today. And that's what we coming to do, man. Flex. My skills is sharper than they ever was. And I'm ready. I want to see Aguilar catch the Holy Ghost on stage like he does. You know what I mean? See
Right.
TMP shut it down. I want to hear those blends from DJ Throwback Champ and Excess, who is also my DJ. Holds me down on the set. But we really come to do a great performance more than anything, entertain the people, and just put up pride for everybody who represents hip hop.
That's a bar right there. Excess and throwback. I seen y'all on the flyer. I'm like, I'm going. I don't care if I got to crawl over that. You understand what I'm saying? Like the
Honest.
way y'all put together the blends, it's a master class. Like if you don't know music, you gonna learn. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I thought that was. Oh, that was that. Oh, that was. I'm like, damn. It's like they cheat. It's like a cheat code. They cheating. You understand what I'm saying? It's like cheating. It's like you think you know music, then you sit down. You see what I'm saying? TMP, I get the same energy from your music and your style, and then your articulation. You understand what I'm saying? So you a dope MC, but most MCs who dope MCs, they have to sacrifice their art and articulation and explaining it for the craft that they in. Nah, you ain't got them problems. You understand what I'm saying? So
Thank you,
bringing all
brother.
of these polarities together, and Aguilar, if I could. If I was on GTA, I stole a car so I could hear your verse. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right.
That
Yo,
song was
this
my
is
favorite
it.
song. That was my shit right there.
Heard this bar. I don't want to get too far in the weeds real quick. I want to recognize Chino XL. I know what Chino XL mean to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a moment
Yeah,
of
happy
love and
birthday,
loyalty and
Chino.
honor to him. You know what I'm saying? And he happened to be born on the same day as Biz Markie. You understand? How
Wow.
that's hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's hip hop. These are major contributors to hip hop. They're children who pattern their rhymes after hearing them. They got sparked to go produce and so many other things. You understand what I'm saying? Like what Chino mean to me, like my neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? Like Biz was dating my sister at a time. So my
Wow.
sisters and them got Christmas gifts from him. You know what I mean? Like my mother met him,
Wow.
in the physical. It was like it was a crazy kind of thing. So these little different degrees of separation in regards to family, it really is family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna shut up and let y'all build in regards
Yeah,
to what
rest
Chino
in
X
peace
felt
to
in New York.
Chino. We got a big banner of Chino that we hang up at all the events. So he will be
Right.
in the building that night with us holding it down. You know what I mean? That's the Puerto Rican superhero right there. Happy birthday, Chino.
Right. Everybody claimed him. The black people claimed him. Samoans claimed him. Hawaiian. Everybody claimed him because he looked like everybody. He put some muscles on. He'd be like, he got the tribal tattoos like he with us. And he'd be like, nah, he's Samoan. Nah, he black. He from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, nah, he Puerto Rican. So everybody claimed that dude. Like he was that. And then when he spit, you like, oh shit, I don't want no parts of this dude. None. You understand what I'm saying? So it was beautiful, man. Beautiful. DJ Access, throwback champ, man. What can the people expect from y'all, over the weekend?
Deadly melodies. Just like it's just gonna be crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on that stage and we're gonna go crazy with it, When we're not holding down the artists, you know what I'm saying? Like Friday when we're doing the music, you know what I'm saying? We plan to take everybody on a journey. We just want to provide the the soundscape for this event. You know what I'm saying? We're lucky enough, we're blessed, you know what I'm saying? We're grateful to be, able to represent for such a great event, so we're just looking forward to be able to provide the vibe for that on Friday, Saturday for the artists, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the artists, so we're gonna hold them down. And then Sunday for the barbecue, You came that one time, Knowledge. You see how we do, bro.
Yeah, I seen you leave the DJ booth, get on the microphone, melt that motherfucker, and then jump back
on
behind the ones and twos like ain't nothing happened. You be like, my people's just like, yo, did he just rap? Wait, wasn't he DJ? But like, wait a minute, he was rapping in English and in Spanish, and then he went back and went. I was like, yeah, he did that. You know what I'm saying that's what happened.
That was
when
me.
You were jibbing out from Jersey. It happened. It'd be like that.
I did that.
I had to access for that one.
Yo, Access. Yo. So you DJ and you MC, right? So my MC radar is always on. So when I hear somebody dope, it feels like a threat. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear you MC, you got the skill level of a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that means a lot.
You're not just a nigga that DJs and rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fucking MC, bro. So
I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot.
Yo, don't be telling them that too much. Then he ain't gonna want to be my DJ no more,
Yo, so I'm always hold you down, bro. I got you. I'm gonna always hold you down, brother.
Now, X is the man. When it come to like the Spanglish rap too, we did a lot of projects together when he was doing all the salsa with the Malta and what was all the titles we had, but I would go to Excess Lab a lot, and we would just rhyme to all the Latin breaks we could find, man. And
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
some audio issues here.
And we would create some masterpieces, man.
You guys hear me over there?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Oh, all right. Now my phone acted a little funny, but first I want to apologize for being a little late on the podcast. I had some daddy responsibilities with my little one, but
don't ever apologize for being a father.
Yeah, man. Well, that's always first and foremost. But kind of building up what Excess was saying, like, we definitely got some tricks up our sleeves. I'm trying to get everybody to forget the 90s. I want people to feel like they was 6 years old again, listening to their moms and pops grooving in the living room.
Yes.
When the type of shit that if you got too close to the radiola, remember them shit them days, Vic? It'd be like a tower. You have a receiver, two receivers, all these different things stacked up with a turntable on top. You got too close, your pops will smack the shit out you because you get too close to his records. I'm trying to capture that, man. I think for me, man, when you play a joint that will make somebody actually go into the the back of their mind and just relive a moment, whether it be the first chick you rocked with and that was the song bumping that summer, or the song you committed your first whatever, is always that one song that takes you somewhere and it just brings you all this type of emotion, man, and that to me is what these throwbacks do. So that's why I always try to like go into places where I don't want to play what everybody's rocking on the radio, man. I don't want to play with everybody. I want to hit you with the B-side. The joints that you had to buy the cassette to hear the song because you wasn't gonna hear it nowhere else. So I'm definitely looking forward to, man. I'm very appreciative to Low Life Orlando, man. You know, Big Vic and everybody on the team and the Miami crew coming up, and it's gonna be a really dope weekend, man. I feel really good about it.
Yeah,
You be
shout out
playing
all the low
movies.
lives everywhere, man, all
Well,
across the
it's
world,
that's
man.
my intent, man, to take
Throwback be
everybody on
playing
that type
movies. I'm telling you, he take you on a ride. I'm like, where we going? We going to Michael? We going to Marvin? We going. Wait a minute. Oh, they use that? Oh, they use that? Oh, they use that? Oh, they. You like, damn. You understand what I'm saying? You scratch your head like he taking you on this ride, and the whole ride is crazy. It's like getting on a roller coaster, and it's all dips. And ain't no you don't get the rest. You like, wait, word. Let me just hold on. You see what I'm saying? And it's a movie.
Hey,
Everything is a movie. Like you
you,
said, you take you back to the memory, to all of it. You envisioning everybody at one time, and it's dope. You see what I'm saying? It's dope. It's like it's a continuous. You know what I'm saying, flow
I,
with the joints, man. It's
I
crazy.
get to relive my own childhood in the process, so that's why I love
Mm.
doing it because I'm taking myself back to those days. So it's a pleasure, man. There's nothing better in life than doing something you love doing, man. It's not work. It's not work, man. It's just like you call me at any given moment if I'm available. Let's rock, man. Let's get this in. You know, it's a true passion.
And yo, I personally picked majority of the people for this lineup, man, because I felt these were the people who could come represent properly. Like I said, I seen Ag perform many times, and the boy catches the Holy Ghost on stage. Like there's several artists to me that they really zone out when they get on stage. Like DMX used to catch the Holy Ghost. Even Keith Murray used to catch the Holy Ghost in his performances. Like they totally transform into their art and what they're doing, and they give off, a massive performance. I feel I'm one of them dudes, you know what I mean? And there's Rock Nest Monsters, one of them.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
bunch of us that really zone out when we on stage. So, and even like the microphone Prince, his music nowadays is so educating, and it fits the concept of what we're trying to do. The messages that come out, on his songs and things like that, I think they'll be real important for the crowd and to have an understanding of what we're trying to represent when we're representing all ethnicities, that created us. Because we're combined, being from New York, man, we're combined with all ethnicities. We got a chance to learn many cultures, and that's what really made our music and our lifestyle and everything about us the way it is,
Yo,
man.
can't
So
hear shit.
I feel like it's real big and real important, man, to make it go down. You heard, Ag? You heard?
I don't think we can hear. TMP, you can hear us? You good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, so give us some of your legacy. We got new listeners up in here. They may not be hip. You understand what I'm saying? Give us some of your legacy.
I've been riding for a long time, probably about since '79. I've been with crews, the Throwdown 4 over in High Bridge. Brothers I was down with went on to be down with the Force MDs and stuff like that. Paradise was our DJ. He was he's Paradise Dre from X Clan was our DJ, and so we've been kind of doing it in the street for a long time. Fast forward, I went on to do an album. Um, I believe I'm probably the first Puerto Rican solo MC to put a solo album out on a major label. It was Polygram, Next Plateau. Um, Further down the line, I got down. We did a group called Ironclad with the Devastating Tito, and we had a pretty big movement. You know what I'm saying? We had joints with Big Daddy Kane, G Rap. So he put me in front of people that I always, they were like on another planet to me. So to be put in the same rooms with these people and be able to hold my own, it did a lot for me, as an MC. And I think the MC is very important because even now when there's talk about division, my focus has become to prove that there was a brotherhood. Like nobody believes there was a brotherhood. So we did some projects. Thirst was down with it. The Ghetto Brothers explaining the gang culture, how that turned into hip hop, and how that was a brotherhood. And so like fast forward to this, a lot of my music lately has been documenting Puerto Rican hip hop accomplishments, but just hip hop in general, you know. So to be almost, I'm 59, you know what I'm saying? So for Thirst to give me the opportunity to go on stage and put together a show that I want to put together to say what I want to say. I've always been with a group or been doing something for another reason. I've never had the opportunity to put together a set just as an MC. And I think everybody in this room is doing something important because hip hop is only but a certain age. So we don't know what it looks like for there to be an older MC. We know what it looks like to have old people that we remember redo their songs, but we don't really know what it looks like to have MCs in their 50s. This is the first opportunity we had to do that because it only came around now because hip hop only started maybe 50 years ago. So I think it's important to accentuate the brotherhood that we had by not only telling them how it used to be, but showing them how it is now. So that's it.
Do we do a good enough job from a consumer space, from a media space, from whatever space y'all want to attack it in regards to promoting good music and growing with the art form and growing with the artist? Or do we kind of pigeonhole somebody and put them in a box and we want 1,000 records like this? You understand what I'm saying? We want 1,000 Illmatics or 1,000 Ready to Dies or whatever the case may be. Do you think we do from the people who consume the art that y'all create in regards to growing with the artist, just from that perspective?
I feel like hip hop in general has, is always going to be subject to, negative things, drug dealing, drug taking, all that stuff that, because it's younger people kind of expressing what's on their mind. But, what Thirst has been doing with us, it's like we're creating a community of people who want to hear what we have, you know what I mean? So they're not really susceptible to the marketing and all that's, that's done. It's like a roots, from the ground up, people that love us. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we could do because we can't fight against the giant corporations who run the multi-billion-dollar hip business that's hip hop, but we could do what we do and create our own community and hopefully grow from there.
Yeah, and I think also is that there's a market for everything, even without the big marketing or financial backing from the labels and all that. We the culture. So the culture fucks with us and follows us, whatever we do or wherever we go. Even people who might not be familiar with us within the culture, once they hear us, there's no denying, what we represent. Because even to begin with, we came here, well, myself and others included, we came here for respect first. It was never about making money or being this or that. It was about making sure everybody respected me as an MC, as an artist, and things like that. And I feel I've done more than establish myself in that way and form. And I'm continuing to do that. Like we said, there's a lot of us pushing 60 out this. And we not playing still. The hunger is just like when I was in my 20s. TMP's hunger is the same, like if he was young. You know what I mean? Or in his younger days, because when I first heard him, I was blown away. Like, wow, who the fuck is this? Tito, the devastating Tito, played me a tape of him one day, and I was like, wow, you got to introduce me to dude. And ever since then, I've been making music with him. The same with working with Excess. Like, we actually inspire each other by working together. And, and it makes it fun. It makes us want to collaborate and do things and really push each other because we believe in each other. And it never was about no monetary gain. If we could make some money, cool. But that never dictated whether we were working or not. You know what I mean? So that's why we're relevant today. That's why things are still popping. And we kept hip hop alive in a lot of places where it was declining by just feeding the culture. Make sure we feed the culture back to the people. And that's what we're going to continuously do, And like I said, staying relevant. Look how much Aguilar drops albums, produces them, drops them. And, it was only right to have him on board with this That way we could all be combining, supporting each other, and at the same time bringing our skills to the table. Because we don't want no average shit on the stage there. We want people who are gonna come and catch bodies. Because
That's what
that's
I
all
do,
we've been
man.
doing.
That's
We
what I
catch
do,
bodies.
baby. That's what I do, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's a climate, you know, where, you know, it's a tough climate that we all in, you know what I mean? And we definitely all need to, you know, support the culture, you know what I mean? That's doing what we all doing here, you know what I mean? The all relatable people that we all doing this event with, you know what I mean? This could start like a whole thing, you know what I mean? And this is just the beginning stage of what we could, you know what I mean? This is like legacy shit.
Right.
So I didn't hesitate, you know what I mean, when I built with Thirstin about it, you know what I'm saying? I automatically knew it was something for the culture that we all need. That's for us. And you know, I feel like the more we got something to represent ourselves and the more ownership we can be a part of, it's all better, you know what I mean, for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it where the people is at. You know what I'm saying? In the community. You know what I mean? Keeping it grassrooted. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out here. They call themselves industry, but they don't give back. They don't. You know what I mean? They don't return the favors. You know, so many of us did. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I don't live on that energy. I live on a positive mindset when I do things like this. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking just forward to coming down there and making, making the crowd hype. You know, like hip hop. You know what I mean? Like real hip hop. You know, I just got off this tour. Every city that I've been to, Boston, they was lit. Philly, Jersey, DC, New York, you know what I mean? You know, the hometown. It's out there, you know what I mean? You know, we just gotta, you know what I mean, take more pride in what, we give the entertainment. We the ones that's entertainers. You know what I mean? We gotta take more pride in what we do, you know what I mean, and doing things like this. So it is what it is, you heard? That one.
I was filming and live streaming last year, and I see this little dark skinned guy come out of the crowd by the stage in his zone, like he was in his own world. I said, "Is that Lord Jazz?" I said, "Is that Lord Jazz by the stage, just in his zone, like he ain't give nothing to hip hop." You understand what I'm saying? Like he just, like I'm just out there to have a good time to see my people type situation. I was like, damn. I was like, look at Lord Jazz just out in the, I'm like, damn, I gotta film. I gotta focus. I gotta make sure I get this all together. So this is the kind of atmosphere where strangers become brothers. You know what I'm saying? You could come in there like a stranger. You could come in there like you all apart from the whole situation. The music and the energy gonna convert you. You understand what I'm saying? The music and the energy gonna convert you. I seen a well-oiled machine with military precision operate, and the crowd ain't know nothing that was going. You know what I'm saying? I come from a large family, brothers and sisters. I ain't seen love and loyalty like that nowhere, unmatched in that place. You understand what I'm saying? If it wasn't, y'all did a good job of faking it. You understand what I'm saying? But I could spot fake energy. You understand? Like, so that kind of thing all together out there, kicking it. Master Ace in the building with his queen, the children running around at the barbecue. Like, it's all of the elements of all of the things that we say that we want, but we are not paying attention to who has it. This is supposed to be a duplicatable model that people could use to really stop the violence in their community. Really have a space where people could go to work and get money and do what they need to do and take care of their family and pull their family together. It's a family affair, like the song, but it's real life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, this is crazy. I loved every moment of it. I love being a part of it in that way. So I'm like, all right, what can I do? I could do this from this media perspective. I could work with priests. We got this platform together and showcase it so people can see it. There's nothing that they can say. If you're not there, you're not gonna know what nobody's talking about. If you're there at any of these events, any place on the planet, because it's chapters all over the world. If you not there in person and somebody tell you about it, they can't tell you about it. Because it don't really sound like it's something that's exciting. I guarantee you, when you in that place, though, you like, damn, when the next one? Next year? Nah, it got to be something else going on. Understand what I'm saying? It got to be something else going on.
Yeah, it's a real welcoming atmosphere, man. And it's something that, in all honesty, we fight to protect. You know what I mean? And it's also a blueprint, myself, I got from seeing Crazy Legs do it with the Rocksteady anniversaries and the Porter Rocksteady. Also being a part of the Lyricist Lounge and seeing how they brought so many people together with their showcases. And, you know, they try to include everybody. The same with the Rocksteady. So I've always attended all of those events. And, you know, when it was time for me to put my own stuff together with my own people, I always remember their blueprints and how they conducted themselves and how they made it that opening, welcoming space. But like I said, it's something we also protect. Like, we ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I mean? We it's a welcoming atmosphere. You know, it's a family friendly event where you could bring your children, where everybody's gonna be respectable and greet you. Like, you don't see no screw faces at none of our stuff where people are staring each other down. If that's the case, you might as well bounce early. You know what I mean? Because none of that is accepted. Everybody comes with love. Everybody comes to live the culture, no matter what form they do it, and things like, no matter what their attire is. You know, we low life, we come fly, we load out and all that, but we don't demand the rest of the crowd to be that way. Come as you are. Be yourself. That's all that we appreciate, is when people show up and they be themselves, and just respect everybody for being themselves and who they are, man. And it's that type of atmosphere, man. So we want that to continue.
Say that.
Bogey Black in the building.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, my wife be coming with me, man. My wife be took to harder to take a flight, so we gonna have a family affair for sure. You know what I mean? Her moms might come, my mom's in law, so you know what I'm saying? It'll be a family affair for sure. Definitely on that one.
Well, we got 3 days of it, so every day is gonna be beautiful. Every day is love. Every location is like, all the people show up with that same type of energy, man. So, like I said, I really appreciate.
Long as I know where the dispensary at, I'm good.
All right. I already know.
Bogey Black, talk to us, brother.
What's good, Joe, man? You know, just happy to be here amongst some legends and greats and my brothers and stuff, man. So I can't wait for the festivities, man. Word, Aguilar, salute. Pleasure and honor, God. Word.
No, pleasure. My pleasure, man, to be a part of this, man. You know, honorable. It's honorable, you know, to be a part of the whole movement with Thirstin heading it off. And so many others, you know what I mean, coming to celebrate, you know, love and loyalty. So it's gonna be one epic for the culture. You know what I mean? I feel it already. You know what I mean? It's 3 days. You know what I mean? So you know you gotta be ready. Yeah, I mean, it's like
3 days back to back.
It's like a tour, 3 days. Yeah, you know what I mean? That one, you know what I'm saying? I rocks with it heavy, man. You know what I mean?
And I also got to salute my brother Excess, man. Salute Excess, man, for giving me the link and the plug, man. Salute Thirstin. You already know how it is, man. So appreciate it.
Not for nothing, really quick, just to speak on it and shit. Like for the rest of us, right? Like, to be around like legends, like, you know what I'm saying, like Aguilar, TMP, Thirstin Howl III. Like, this is
Microphone
like
Prince.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, these weekends for us, bro, this is like batteries in the back. You know what I'm saying? This shit, this is like church for us for the whole year. You know what I mean? Like, we come to these events, we build with these legends, right? And we go back home with these stories that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a whole weekend. We just building the whole weekend. You know, it's some real hip hop shit. Like when you leave, you feel it. You know what I'm saying?
And
I don't
yo,
know how the
just so
microphone survive. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how the microphone survive. It's like killer after killer after killer after killer after assassin, and then excess come from killing us on the turntables to melting the microphone in half, and then he put it back together some kind of way and pass it to the next one.
Crazy,
I
crazy.
went nuts. Like last year, I seen Carlton Fisk on the stage, right? And I'm like, this is the calmest he ever been in life on the stage. You know, he be jumping off the speaker, wailing, like all of that. You understand? You get a whole
PLO,
thing.
that's my
But
PLO.
he
That's
killing
my
it
PLO, yeah.
in the spot space that he's given, right? And then you get
My
Illa
guy,
G,
Fisk.
then you get Rusty Jukes,
That
and then the show ender, you get a hip hop music class by Master Ace. I'm like, yo, what the? You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you get a hip hop master class, music class, move class, MC present, crowd participation master class in the place. Like, yo, this is craziness. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Shit was incredible.
seeing this over the years, seeing the footage over the years, seeing everything that y'all put together, I was like, yeah, ain't no way. I'm staying. Y'all the reason
yo,
why I stayed. I was out. I was like, nah, I'm staying.
and yo, a lot of people don't know the work it takes behind the scenes. Like we work on this for months in advance, man, and it's a lot of work. I gotta shout out my brother Big Earl Lugo. I gotta
Legend.
shout out Kiko, just like Excess is part of our leadership team. Rest in peace, Paco Loco. He was also part of our leadership team, man. And all these brothers really worked hard, man, so we could have a flawless execution when we rock, man. And I'm talking about there's a lot of organizing and a lot of footwork that happens, man, to make this a success. And I appreciate all these brothers on how hard they work and how committed they be. And all our low life Orlando and low life Miami, we got a lot of members in our group who are not rappers or producers or anything, and they just loyal to the cause of whatever we're doing, man. So, we have a real nice structure going on this side, man, and it wouldn't be possible without all the brothers coming together the way we do. Even the way, everybody helps to sponsor this. This is stuff we do together as a team, between Orlando and Miami. We work as one unit. And I would like to see that going on everywhere, man. It would make everything powerful for everyone, So I hope we being great examples of that.
Yeah, man, it's definitely looking like a dope lineup. You know what I'm saying? What you put together, man. I salute that. You know what I'm saying? With all the heads that's involved, I look forward to watching them rock as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, shout out my verse.
yeah, definitely.
I really want to see her performance. I want to see the hip hop Jibarito, Soundboy Cartagena. He's somebody I got new music with and all that. Somebody who I really respect his work and his music. That boy does every Puerto Rican festival all over the country. And every year, I'm like, that boy, he really, and he even got a mascot, and he designed all those Pava hats that we rocked and all that. So shout out to Soundboy Cartagena.
Yeah, man.
So the logistics
that's
for
a
a thing like this, like what would you tell organizers who out here striving to put things together like this? Like, what does it really take?
It takes a lot of communication with your team, constant meetings where everybody is continuously on the same page, where one brother doesn't make a move without asking the team. It takes a lot of proofreading and design. And shout out E Diggs, our graphic designer. Shout out C Traffic. These brothers go hard for what we be doing. And the communication and the back and forth sometimes it's exhausting. but it happens and it gets done. And that's one of the key components to everything being flawless is the constant communication. If something ain't right, you know you could blow me up at 3 o'clock in the morning on the phone, and I'm gonna pick up so we could communicate, because it's always for a righteous cause whenever we call at an awkward time and things like that. And the fact that everybody responds, you know, in a timely manner is also what makes everything flawless, man. So salute to everybody on our team, man, that are committed in that way and stay consistent being that way, you know, and everybody else who does the promotions online with us. Because there's a lot of brothers going hard for this, man, and I want them all to be acknowledged. And you know, you'll see all those faces at these events, even down to the guy who cooks on the grill at the barbecue. You know, this is it's not a
Yeah.
light job, man. There's probably
Sure.
500 pieces of chicken on the grill, and dudes got to be dedicated for all that.
And they was out there smiling in that heat. Let me tell you something. They was smiling in that heat, dancing, smiling in the heat, cooking the food up. You good? You need some more? You good? I'm like, man. I'm telling you.
Love and
Straight up.
loyalty. We're
Right.
just happy to be there.
You know, I'm busting down everything from the grill. I'm a greedy dude at the barbecue, so my
Live at the
plate get
barbecue, right?
yeah, my plate gonna get filled like 10 times, man. And so everybody
You
know,
on your
man,
name.
there's no beer, there's no alcohol at our barbecues and none of that. Like we said, it's family friendly. Even the park that we rent, it don't allow any of that. So you know, it keeps a lot of things under control where people ain't getting too crazy and too hyped up for nothing, just because they was sipping a little something, you know. So we keep a nice tight atmosphere, man, where everything is pretty under control, but everybody's having a good time, and that's all that matters.
Say that.
That's what
I
it
can't
is.
wait.
Excited, man. Definitely
Yeah.
excited. So we'll be here tonight. We'll be here next week. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully we get everybody who's involved in some kind of way for this event to have a say if they want to have a say. You know, so media is out there, interviews. I'm gonna be out there sweating, harassing people for interviews. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want to paint this picture. I want to paint this picture of something that I learned to love based off of the love that was shown. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
shout
there
out to you.
getting that.
Shout out to you, Knowledge Born, for that incredible write-up you did for us, man. Announcing the event and all that. It was very well orchestrated, and I was highly impressed on the way you executed everything. And thank you for participating and holding us down, you know, with all this, man. You definitely added a missing component, man, and we appreciate that.
Y'all
We
doing
hope to
something
have you around a lot more too.
I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing something great, so the world deserves to know about it righteously. Because when we out here cutting up, that's on every station, all day, every day. It's mass produced. I'm like, how to get all this footage and putting all of this stuff out? They want to destroy us as a culture, and they want to use the aspects of the culture to do it. So if we doing something righteous, then it should get tenfold in the increase in regards to how it's presented to the world. You know what I mean? So at least I could do my part. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And spark some other people to do their part. Your voice is important. You know what I'm saying? Your music, your art is important. That's gonna live beyond you. And if your voice is heard by the right people, you'll live forever.
And shout out Benny Blanco from the Commission Beer Chamber. You know, it's a staple in Orlando right now. All the hip hop artists slide through there. And you know, thank him again for allowing us to use his facilities once again. He's been part of our Love and Loyalty weekend since we began in 2019. And you know, gotta just big him up, man. His place, his brewery, and all that over there is like a real welcoming atmosphere as well. A lot of good people hang out there, slide through, and it's definitely a staple for hip hop in Orlando at this point. You know,
Agreed.
Here, community presence. You organize with other, some of the businesses out there. He always putting you on to a new spot if you're paying attention to him, and he bringing in artists. He bringing in hip hop. He giving vendors every time opportunity. Food vendor come out there, make you some money. You understand what I'm saying? So a great epicenter for culture and for exposure and for just the right people, right place, right time. You got it. You got it. I'm done. Oh, yeah. Bogey Black, man, talk to the people, man. Tell them what they need to look forward to.
They need to look forward to, love and
You're
loyalty.
being easy right now until you get on that microphone and shit. I'll be like,
Yeah,
damn.
man. They definitely need to look forward to that.
Mhm.
A lot of love being shown. Good people, great vibes. Great brotherhood, sisterhood. Just a great weekend. Like you said, it's family friendly, man. And, I'm just looking forward to it, man. Aside from all the great acts and all the music that's going to be there, and all the festivities that's been going on, I just want to, be a part of the brotherhood, the camaraderie, and just see everybody, building with each other and networking and just moving it forward, pushing it forward, man. Just a lot of love, a lot of loyalty, man. And dope music. Don't forget.
A whole lot of that.
No doubt. So this theme, that's a life theme that y'all lived that many people didn't get the chance to experience. They might have caught some things along the way, but this black and brown unity space, right? Can we take a few moments to kind of delve into that and, what's some of these misconceptions that's going on out here where people are pushing things to the left or to the right? TMP, you talked about working with Rakim and Kane. You understand what I'm saying? Like what this really means and who they really mean to the culture, but what this music was allowing people the opportunity to do, to come together, work together. You know what I'm saying? Thirst is a black dude who happened to be Puerto Rican. You understand what I'm saying? Like all his life. You understand what I'm saying? He's a black dude who happened to be Puerto Rican his whole life. So many people don't know that. You understand what I'm saying? They might hear something and think something, and that'll be a mistake. So can we shed light on why the reason that this is the theme and what's the reality of it?
I mean, it's hard for a young black kid right now to look out in the world because there's racism all over the place. There's Spanish people that voted for Trump. There's black people in ICE. You know what I mean? So it's confusing. So here we come, and we try. All of a sudden it became a question. I hang out with all these guys: Kaz, LA Sunshine, like Master OC, Tito. You know what I mean? Like, and I grew up with them, and it was never a question about who's black, who's Puerto Rican, who did what. So when that happened, the narrative really started focusing on that Puerto Ricans were racist. So there's racism, of course, but the whole point is that hip hop was the answer to that racism. You know what I'm saying? Like older generations were more racist, and then we weren't. And I was in a household that was dysfunctional, so I had to get the fuck out of there. My mom's married a Puerto Rican dude straight from Puerto Rico, and he was racist. So I had to be out. And where I landed was with my brothers. There was a group called the Throwdown 4. It was all black. I was the only Puerto Rican kid. You couldn't tell. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no, even when we had battles, they never said Amida, nothing like that. Like it was never a question. You know what I mean? So, I think that the kids nowadays, they're being misled and being made to believe that we just tagged along and we just tried to tag on to something that they did, when in New York everybody was in it and everybody was a brother. So this is a good opportunity to keep showing that we're still pushing the right agenda, and the right agenda is originally what hip hop is love, is unity, and it's a voice. You know what I'm saying? So in my set, I'm definitely going to be breaking down history. I had to figure out a way to do it so it's not boring, but
Right.
I think as a person my age, that's kind of what I should be talking about. Holding down our contribution to the culture and our brotherhood in general. Because those are my families. I got to play the food every time. I noticed that my parents, my mother wasn't racist, but my stepfather was racist. So there is some validity to that. And Master OC told me his father didn't want none of the Fearless Four in the house. You know what I'm saying? So that there is some truth to that. But it's so important to us to refocus on what hip hop really is, you know, and this is the perfect way to do it. You know, it came at the perfect time, you know, like things in the universe happen when they're supposed to happen. And, you know, to get down with these brothers, you know, it's an honor. You know, I'm glad that we could, you know, keep showing an example of what hip hop is, you know. That's it.
Right. Excess, you want to add on?
I just feel like at the end of the day, right? Like one thing that we got to be clear about is like nobody owns racism. Racism exists across the board. There's racist white people, there's racist Spanish people, there's racist black people. Like racism, you know, as a whole, right, should just be eradicated. Really, obviously, right? But you know, we can't do anything about that. All we could do when we get together is show this unity. You know what I'm saying? And to TMP's point, like, you know, when you think about hip hop, especially like I moved around a lot from, I lived in Jersey, but I lived down here too. Like I seen the segregation down here. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen down here, Spanish kids hung out with Spanish kids, black kids hung out with black kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not like up top, like up north, everybody hangs out. You don't really think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just hanging out, it is what it is. You're doing hip hop shit. Nobody really tried to shine that light on it until recently. It turned into some crazy shit. To me, my whole thing with it, and you know, I respect the older guys and everything, but to me, I'm like, I wouldn't even acknowledge this fucking argument. How you can't even have an argument if you wasn't there? How can you even speak on it? You don't even know what the fuck you talking about. If you was not there, no, go ahead.
Yeah, it's the miseducation of what Puerto Ricans are. People think we're a race and we're not. We're a culture. Fact. You got to do the knowledge on what Puerto Ricans are. See, they really Boricans, Tainos. You know what I mean? Like and West Africans. See, people don't know that part, the West African part. So we're a mixture with Spain, with West Africa, Tainos, Boricans. You know what I mean? And we have this mixture of culture. It's not a race. This is why we get that's the miseducation of what Puerto Rico is. We've been miseducated in America about what black people are, and they're not black. They're African from the diaspora. But that's what I said. We come from that diaspora as well. Yeah. Like you got to look up a guy named Arturo Schomburg. Arturo Schomburg, you know, I don't know if you guys familiar on who he is, but do your, you know, research on who Arturo Schomburg is. And he was a revolutionary.
Hey, check it.
But
Afro-Puerto Rican Arturo Schomburg curated Black history through books and artwork, widely regarded in the upper echelon of people responsible for the Harlem Renaissance. That's part of one of the tracks.
Right. Yeah, that's who he was. Right, true indeed. So that's a verse. I feel you. So, but what I'm saying is, he didn't want to be labeled as Puerto Rican. He was like, "What is like? I know what I am. I'm black." You know what I mean? So he came to America and he moved to Harlem. Somehow he got to Harlem out with W.D. Du Bois. But my point being is that a lot of people miseducated on what Puerto Rican is. It's not a race. It's a culture. Number one. That's the fact. You understand what I'm saying? Because my great-great-grandmother was African. She was a slave. That's my history. I know my blood come from Africa, West Africa. You understand that? That's where my melanin come from. My melanin, my you know, we not your light side Puerto Rican, whatever you want to, you know, rate us. We Afro Boricuas. You know what I mean? That's what I consider my family because they all happy here. You understand what I'm saying? My grandmother, but we not all the same. We all Puerto Ricans, we are not all the same. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have more Spain. Some of us have more taino. Some of us have a couple of other things. You know what I mean? Like even Arturo Schomburg. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even no type of Spanish. He was black and German. His last name is Schomburg, but he was born in Puerto Rico.
Right.
So you got to do the knowledge on the diaspora. It's a lot of false information about what Puerto Rico is, and that's why I made Black Rich Port my album, my last two projects, Black Rich Port 1 and Black Rich Port 2. I'm dropping mad science on who these revolutionaries was in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Pedro Albizu. You know what I mean? Y'all know who that is.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I went to Puerto Rico like twice last year in 1 year because I was addicted to my history. I was like, this is our motherland. You know what I mean? Even though people want to, you know, talk shit and hate, you got all these rap, you know, Lord Jamal. I got no hate against nobody. But when you talking foolery and foolishness, and then you get corrected, you know what I mean? People gotta sleep in the bed they laying. You know what I mean? And I ain't the one to be playing about my you know, my history. You know what I mean? And let somebody else tell me what my history is. That's not flying here. Like I'm from Brownsville, like just like Thirstin. We both from the same neighborhood. We grew up around black people all our life. I never felt that. I never felt what's going on now. And trust me, I've been through some errors. Yeah, I'm 51. You know what I mean? I've been through some errors. Nothing like this era. They trying to reset all the hard work that we done. You know what I mean? Musically and historically. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
I just want to
like
add to what
Brother
you're
Lloyd,
saying.
I believe.
I want to add to what you're saying. Motherfuckers need to check out this book right here. This book right here, there's some serious shit right here.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Puerto Rico, the War Against Puerto Ricans by Nelson. What's his last name? Nelson Dennis. Yeah. I never read that, but I got to read that. Yeah, I heard a lot about that book. And,
that's a good book, man.
You know,
I fuck with history.
Yeah,
I fuck with history.
Definitely pick that up. Either way, you know, it just right now it's just like they trying to, you know, bring us back to the Jim Crow era.
Right.
They trying to separate us.
Political stuff going on. Yeah, you know, and people too wise for that. You know what I mean? I just feel like, you know, there's a barrier of righteousness that people can't get past. The devil gonna try you. You know what I mean? You got a lot of evil folks out here, but you know what I mean? That's why, you know what I mean? You know, you gotta have some righteousness moving out here, man, with all of this, you know, poison on the internet. You know, I just feel like, you know, the more we cherish our moments in hip hop, you know what I mean? Especially in hip hop, and not, you know, put so many things that we love out there. You know what I mean? Because I love hip hop, but I don't want to put my feelings out there. You know what I mean? All the time. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody tries to adapt to what other people feel. You get what I'm saying? And that I don't want people to know, you know, every single goddamn thing about me. You know what I mean? Like I gotta have something that I love to myself. You know what I mean? You know, I just try to keep my people I work with, keep family, you know, safe. You got to keep people safe out here, man, doing what you do, man. And I appreciate Thirstin for the rundown on the event, because, you know, we too old for craziness. Every man here.
He gave me the same.
I mean?
He gave me the same
my
speech.
days is over. I retired. When you said Wild Man Ag, I'm retired, bro.
Yo,
Hey,
yo, you was just talking about,
I ain't retired. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not retired. I'll be telling everybody, come in peace, yo, because I'm not
Hey,
retired.
Yeah, only time I go wild is on that stage. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, after that, I'm in that Epsom bath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting ready for that next one.
Well, yeah, I
That's
think
what
I
I'm
took
saying. You know, like
I took
after the
2
shows
naps
I
today,
do,
yo.
after the shows I do, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? They wear you down. You know what I mean? You gotta eat, sleep, rest, get ready for the next day. This ain't a game. This is a job, but it's still fun. But when you get on that stage, there's no games, man. It's like, yeah.
Yo,
How's
Ag.
y'all
Yeah,
feel?
man.
Yo, Ag, do you still perform Ghetto Girl?
Nah, man. I really want to, but I don't. You know, I haven't been doing it. I mean, I do it. You know, depending on the event. You know what I mean? If like kids around and it's like a lot of females, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I ain't gonna do that with a bunch of, you know, dudes is around. And I'm like, huh? Like, nah, we going hard body. I got a lot in my catalog, yeah. So you know, I'm always prepared. You know what I mean? I got a lot of joints, a lot of classics. You know what I mean? So I just finagle. I don't keep the same set. You know what I mean? Depending on how I feel that day, how I look at the crowd. You know what I mean? Whoop whoop whoop. You know, I just try to, you know, stay active on what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like if I want to do a new song, I make sure I, you know, make my set built around that. You know what I mean? Change it up. That way I you know, because I know a lot of people that do music but they do their song on stage and then they wind up doing the same sets over and over and over and over and over, and then they get tired. I'm not trying to get tired of my set list. I'm like, nah, let me change the intro. You know what I mean?
You hear that? You hear that
let me do this.
excess? You hear that excess?
Come on, son.
You feel
I'm
me?
ready.
Yeah, you know, like every city that I did, I noticed like everybody react different. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You gotta have different lineups for everywhere, yo.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I was on tour with hieroglyphics, like, and I learned a lot. It's like 9 of them niggas, so it's like it was only me. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, like I was just like keeping game, like how they, you know, all of them on stage are taking turns, but they was, you know, changing it up every night. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be the same. I was like, all right, yeah, I can't do the same set every fucking night. And that's the part, you know, part of being an entertainer, not a rapper, but being an entertainer and learning how to crowd. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that from Run DMC being with them. So like, you know, Run would just run and get me and be like, yo, I want you to open the show right now. I'm like, what? I'm like, he like, yo, right now. Like, get ready. And like 10 minutes, he passing the mic in my hand, and I'm opening up from Run DMC in Germany, getting them hype. But I remember, you always got to stay ready, man. Like in this business of hip hop, when it comes to performing, you got to stay ready.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
it. Cause like you never know when, you know, you like boom. Somebody was mentioning Kane earlier. So I just went to go see Kane like about a couple years back, like about 7 years ago. I was in LA, and I just like went to, like, you know, I know Kane like through family members. So I was like, yo, I'm in town. Yo, come see you performing. He's performing. So I got to the show, and I was just there as a fan. You heard? Like I'm a fan of Kane. You know what I mean? Like so anyway. He like, yo, get on stage, freestyle with me. I'm like, what? I ain't never freestyle with Kane in my life. But I was like, man, listen, let me get busy. And I was ready for the moment. He passed me the mic. I went off, gave back the mic. The crowd went crazy. After the show, we in the dressing room. He like, yo, I'm taking you on tour with me, man. What you doing tomorrow? Meet me here. So I did the whole West Coast tour with Kane. You know what I mean? Just off of me just going to see him, just
Nice.
wanted to go to the show. You
Wow,
never know what could happen.
Right.
that's
Being
dope.
prepared for
Bond.
opportunity,
That's
right?
my word is bond. That's my word is bond.
Dope.
So
Thirst, you
shout
just
out to
came back from
Kane, man.
Colorado, man. You know what I'm saying? How was that?
Oh, Colorado was beautiful, man. I got a lot
Wow.
of gift packages of weed, man. Everybody was giving me big boxes.
Yeah, I see you
And,
got through, brother. Low with the
I need
load.
one, brother.
yo, you
I
know,
need one. If you got an
yo,
extra
Bogey, you
one,
know, I
brother.
brought all of that back,
I need
right?
some of
I
that
On
know
the
you did.
plane.
I know you did.
black.
Yo, I had
Yeah, have
mad
one, brother.
jars.
Hey.
I had big
Big back.
gummy packs. You seen the
What?
box they gave me, right?
Yeah, crazy.
But how you brought it back?
On the plane.
Very
For real?
carefully.
Yeah, I ain't
Oh,
careful nothing.
nah, you fucking
I threw it
crazy.
in my checking bag with all the merch. I mean, I think everybody flies like that now. They're really not looking for no trees or nothing. And yo, that bag, that is
Nah.
no way that a dog would have sniffed that bag and not smelt all that weed in that bag, yo.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
massive.
Say that.
Pre-rolls, there was vape joints, it was a whole gift pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
And
some of that when I get out there.
Nah, that's what's up. If you got a little extra, man, throw your boy some.
Damn.
I need.
I sold all
I'm a
that shit,
smoker.
man. I don't smoke or nothing no
You
more.
don't smoke. You don't smoke. You don't smoke no more. Oh, all right. Shit.
I think they
That's
already know what
bullshit.
time it is. You coming from Colorado, just like this motherfucker gotta have weed in his shit. Fuck
I
it.
just
Yeah,
need to make sure I get some flight, man, because you know when I be on them planes, that shit is nervous, bro. And when I get
Nah,
off, I be like, damn, I need this, bro.
I be taking them THC gummies on them planes so I can sleep, man, because I be scared to death.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
That's a good
That shit
idea.
is like
I
nerve
be
wracking.
more scared than the old
I'm
ladies, man.
gonna take my MPC sample and make sticks and probably do one of them TH gummies and probably. But it's 3
I was
hours, so
thinking
I'll be
about
all right.
bringing my MPC. But fuck it.
Yeah, it worked. It's fucked.
You imagine being on a flight and fucking Aguilar is next to you making beats and shit. You be like, damn, this is crazy shit. This is a
Be
hip hop
crazy.
fucking story.
No doubt.
Yeah, I just bought it. Everybody going crazy for that MPC sample like drugs right now. That shit is like
That
crack
that's
sauce.
that's that big calculator looking motherfucker, right? Look like a big
Yeah.
calculator from
Yep.
school.
Yep.
Yeah, I threw my shit in the box. Like I ain't really trying to get addicted to it. I work on when I ain't got shit. You know what I mean? Like it's too small, bro. It's like, you know what I mean. You don't want to fuck nothing up, and it's only 400. So it's like, you know what I mean. Like
Wow.
you ain't getting you gonna make beats on it, but you gonna have to dump your shit off of it. You know what I mean? It's like they still updating it. It's still brand new. So to the 4th update, you won't really know. You know what I mean? Like what it need more shit. Like it don't got no mix screen. You know what I mean? So you can't mix your samples up. Like like the old MPC, the 60 and the 2000 when you hit
Yeah.
mixer and all them lines come up, it don't got that
Mhm.
on it. So I don't know what they gonna do about that.
So it's a bust down version then.
Nah, it's like it don't. You could use the gray cover to make the samples volume up or down, but I want to see a mix screen where I got all that shit on my pads. You know what I'm talking about? Like when I hit
Right. So you
16
can level
pads
your
and
shit
you
out. You
hit
can
the
level your
mixer.
hi-hats,
Yeah, you can see.
snares,
You
drums.
can see. They don't got that, bro.
Mm.
I'm tight.
Yeah, word.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's limited. You know what I mean? Like you can make a beat on it, but you gotta, like, if you want to mix your shit out, it's lacking the mix screen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yo, Bogey, you in the studio over
But
there?
Yeah, I'm in my studio.
All right.
Yeah.
X, you in your
yo,
studio,
Thurston, I
right?
sent you that beat too,
You
man.
already know.
Yeah, I ain't even listening to nothing, man. I've been overwhelmed with all this putting this production together, man.
Oh, Yeah, when you get a chance, check it out. That's fire.
Nah, definitely, man. But this all this work, man, been just draining me, man. With this and the everyday,
Now
you know,
I know. Say that.
cooking, the training, and I'm beat up, man. I'm over here. I don't even be up this late, man. Just to let you know,
Word up.
I'm here.
What
Wow.
time
You
is
know,
it?
I get up at 5 in the morning, man. So I'm usually knocked out at this time, man. Just
Say
letting my body rest for the next day. But you know, we're gonna get
that.
on top of everything, man. Just like
Say
Microphone
that.
Prince always sending me another joint to get. I'm like, man, I'm hiding from everybody right now.
But yo, since I'm gonna have my sister out there, I probably won't record the joint there, but I'll probably send it to you next week. Done.
Yeah. Let me know. Just get, you know what I mean. Get it to me whenever you
Yeah,
can, brother. I'm on deck.
I
We
wrote
ain't
some
never
heat.
all did nothing together. That'll be dope. So
Yeah.
I'm
You
looking
know, it was
forward.
supposed to happen a
I
while
got
ago, so as soon
studio
as you sent
time
the
out
joint, I
there
was on.
too.
Huh?
I got
What
some
was that?
studio time out there in Orlando as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just like to stay creative, man. That's me. That's the type of person I am. I hear
Yeah.
something, I want to jump on, get it.
Yeah, cause I wanted to record it there, but my sister flying out too, so I don't want to be leaving her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna send you the joint
Now we
next
gonna
week.
make a movie regardless. We all gonna make a movie regardless, man. I'm looking forward to
Yeah, man.
it.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Word up.
Thurston got me wanting to roll up though, talking about all that gift pack he got.
He sold it.
Gift,
I sold everything,
they
yo.
gave him they gave him the key to the dispensary, huh?
On in 60
Anything,
seconds.
brother.
Yo, it was strands I never even heard of before.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
I blessed my
Yeah.
I blessed my brother Earl with something, and he was like, "Yo, it was crazy, crazy."
Yeah,
Nah,
they
but,
got
but
all
we
kind of
gonna
stuff
have a good
now.
time, man. The weekend gonna be jam packed. You know, the Commission Beer Chamber that Friday night, the 17th. We got I Destroy from Sirius XM. He's going to be going live from 4 to 7 p.m. on the air from the Orlando Commission, you know, the Commission Beer Chamber. He's going to be doing his show on Sirius
Now I
XM.
got the packs.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
got packs. Yeah, I'm about to.
Got the
Yeah, this is
packs.
like the survival. This will be gone by tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is like to create. You know what I mean? I need to be writing after this interview. I got to get in the studio. So,
Mhm.
That's what it is. Thought you was giving a rundown though, right? You said 4 to 7.
Yeah, 4 to 7 for I Destroy. He's going to be live on the air broadcasting his show, you know, on Sirius XM. And, you know, we're going to have a good night at the Commission Beer Chamber, man. It's gonna be a meet and greet. You're gonna get a performance from the legendary Craig G from the Juice Crew. You
Crazy,
know what I mean?
crazy.
It's gonna be an album release for the brother Low J Mob. He got a new album dropping that night. So you're gonna see performances from, like I said, Craig G, one of the brother Lows, Thano, and Jazzo the Juggernaut from the West Coast. So they're gonna be rocking live on and SB the Anomaly. They're gonna do a performance at the Commission Beer Chamber along with, you know, DJ Throwback Champ, DJ Excess, DJ Bahamian Fresh, and DJ Heron will be in the building as well. You know,
Aaron is a
so
legend.
Crazy hip hop.
and you know the merch will be popping. Holla at the kid. You see the table, all kind of goodies are gonna be there. You know, there'll be a bunch of food trucks and things like that. So you know. And then Saturday, the Body by Nature goes down at the Iron Cow. Shout out to Iron Cow. You know, they've been holding down all our performances, you know, since we started the Love and Loyalty weekend here in Orlando. Good vibe and all that over there. They got a nice bar set up as well as they serve food. They serve
Word.
sushi. You know, they
Sushi
got
was
a nice
bomb.
menu with some good food up in the spot.
Yeah.
So if you're hungry, you could also get some food up at the Iron Cow.
Mm. You got the lineup already, like the order?
Nah, man.
Try not to put me after Aguilar.
Nah, Ag goes towards the end, man. Like we got Ag and Ito. Ag and Ito will be basically headlining, you know. So Ag and Ito, you know, they're gonna be the last acts going on. You know, we got Ito, you know, from Rochester, you know, new generation of MCs and artists coming up, you know. So we're gonna put the legend over there with the new legend and let them close things out, man. You know, I'm gonna get up in there.
Figure that shit out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up in there in between. I hate going last. You know what I mean? I'll be wanting to mingle after I perform. And I might go all Spanish on them for the night. All Spanglish set. Yeah, nah, you know how I do, man. You know I gotta do the tate quieto, ya no vale nah.
Yeah,
you know?
You gotta do my shit. You gotta do my shit. Welcome to
Oh, nah, I'm doing that. Cógelo con calma. That's going down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta do that, brother. Yeah,
You hear all this
that's my shit.
versatility?
Yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah.
Nah, it's
I
going down.
invested in Thirst and Excess.
That's what yo Thirstin. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of your hardest joints ever to me.
That's my favorite.
I love that joint. I love dropping that joint. Anytime we drop that joint, wherever we at, that shit always kills it.
That record right there.
I ain't even lie, like to me, that's one of your hardest ever.
Yo, son,
that's a missile. Just put all your missiles. If you gonna pull your missiles out, that's one. Bing, and then your other joints is missiles too. But yeah, I need to hear that early.
Yeah, it's going down. And we're gonna show a new video, man, from the Don Chicharron movie. We're gonna show the video for Boricua Soy with me and Hurricane G. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna show that on the screen in the Iron Cow.
Solid.
You know, let the people get a preview of it. It's an unreleased joint. And you know, just to show love to our queen, Hurricane G, man, who bodied that song with me.
Yeah.
And you know, the performance and all that from the Don Chicharron film. You know, me, Excess, TMP, you know, we all starred in that film, man. And
y'all killed that shit.
We made a classic, man.
Great film.
Y'all killed that shit. T said, yo, if that shit don't go, it's gonna be
Yo, he meant that shit too, because he freestyled that shit. That's how you know him. But nah, rest in peace to Hurricane, man. We definitely gonna have her in the building with us as well. Like I said, her spirit will be there. And you know, we hang up a big banner, you know, with her face on it. The same like we hang up Chino XL. You know, we hang up a lot of our peoples, man, to make sure they in the building representing with us, man.
So important.
Word up.
Word up. I was saying I had hired Thirst, man. If y'all need a show banger, a show stopper, a motivational speaker, y'all need somebody who gonna hit you in the head and the heart at the same time, and he rhyme. Book him for all y'all events. I'm telling you, that was the greatest money I ever invested besides Excess over here. Him and Young Hump together.
And I do stand up comedy.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
All of it. You get all of it in one swoop. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I was dying. I was living. I got on stage. I ain't have no choice but to get on stage. I ain't have no choice but to get on stage. That's how great the vibe was and the energy was. It was like, fuck it, I got to get on stage. And Dirty was like, get on stage, son. You know what I'm saying? A-Sub was like, get on stage and rep for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go out there, the one-man army knowledge born out there. Crazy.
Boom.
Man. That's the guy right there.
We know how we live, man.
Where Priest at tonight? Where Priest at?
He in the studio. He dropping songs every 2 days.
Wow.
Without fail. Every two days without fail.
Yeah, Priest, he a
It's
beast, man.
songs on top of songs on top of songs on top of songs on top of
Yeah, I
songs
thought
on
he was
top of
going.
songs.
I thought he was going to be on here. I just talked to him. I just texted him. I was like, "Is the interview on?" He's like, "Yeah." Peace.
Yeah.
He must
You
be
see, you
on
seen,
here.
Yeah.
you seen J. Cole giving him his flowers? That shit was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be in the
Right.
studio. I'll be in the studio too after J. Cole gave me my flowers. Shit.
Word.
Yeah. So he writing. He releasing in sevens right now. So every 2 days there's a song. So this is number 6. So he
Wow.
giving projects like every couple of days he got something from a project. You know what I'm
Wow,
saying?
that's
So
dope.
craziness. That mind is working.
Yeah, Priest
and that
stay
pen is
working.
going crazy.
Yeah, he stay working.
Yeah, Priest catalog is crazy too.
I got a few
I
joints with Priest.
always try to keep up with him catalog wise. I like Priest drop one, so I better drop one. You know what I mean?
He on God Pilot right now. It's like
Joe Flawless
That's
too.
my Gates. That's my Gates Ave family right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Show Super Flawless.
Yeah, you know, Priest was living in the Garvey too in Brownsville for a while.
Yeah, I remember when Priest was like Hebrew Israelite West Fourth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember he used to preach with the Israelites, bro. That's how long I know Priest. Word.
Yeah. I'm hungry, man. Yo, TMP just pulled out a pack of bamboo, y'all.
I ain't smoking, so
He
fuck
took it back to the 70s. He pulled out
The easy
some
wider.
bamboo paper.
The easy wider.
That's the one. That's the
Yo, I'm too old, bro. I can't be
1.5.
smoking them blunts and all that shit. My brother came over here rolling them big ass blunts. I'm like, yo, I can't do that shit, bro.
Right.
He told him get out. He's like, get out of here with that.
I
Roll
fumar
them big
ese
joints
bicho.
now. Fuck it.
Yeah, word is
I went
bond.
to go visit Bogey over there in Colorado, man. He had me stoned as fuck.
You know
I
it.
don't even smoke like that, son. We was finishing. He's like, yo, here, smoke this one.
Shit
I'm like,
legal
yo,
now.
son, it's too
From the
much.
time
It's too
you
much.
landed to the time you got on your next plane.
I'm like, bro, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah,
He was flying without being on the plane.
I ain't
That's a
touched
fact.
nothing out there fucking with y'all.
Word up.
You had the
Only
crazy
thing I
gift
remember is
wrapper.
that what was that meal we had at that restaurant?
Oh
I
man.
forgot what.
Oh, that
Yo,
shit was
At
the
Bar
banging.
Red.
bar
Yeah,
It
red,
was
bar
yeah,
red.
the
banging.
ill Italian food, the Italian restaurant, yeah.
That
My
shit was
man
fire.
status. Shit was fire, word.
Yeah, my people's out there in Colorado. I call it Calirado because he's from Cali, but he out there in Colorado, so it's like Calirado all
Oh, that's what's
together.
up.
Word. Yeah, I got a small army out there in Colorado, so
Oh
they
shit.
crazy. They crazy. them cats, that's another little section where they learn how to make black and brown work beautifully together militaristically. They like sleep if you want. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, all right, yeah, them cats
Nah, they
gonna be
gets it
crazy.
in. They gets it in Colorado.
Yeah. I
Gets
seen
it
that.
in.
I seen that
I give it up.
work
I give it up.
seamless, flawless. You know what I'm saying? My
I
man
was
went
at
out
the
there. I was
airport.
like, yo,
I
my
was
man
like,
coming out there. He got surrounded by an army. You
I
know what I'm
went
saying? Cats
to
out
the
there with
dispensary by
choppers
the
and all kind
airport
of
in
shit.
Colorado.
He looked like a dictator. You understand? Like he like, yo, I just came around. Like they surrounded me like I was the dictator. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you safe. You real safe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they with the
People
energy
out there all the time too.
in Colorado.
Yeah. Word up.
Yeah.
We with
You
the
gotta make sure
energy
you
out
have your
there. They
wind
with
up.
it.
You gotta
Word
have
up.
your wind up when you go out there. That Mile High City, that shit will take the wind out of you and shit.
That's a
Oh
fact.
yeah.
I still
That's
be having
serious.
problems sometimes on slight shit. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
turned up
I
there.
felt a little lighthead when we was having the breakfast, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Shit is real.
Gotta climatize.
Yeah,
Gotta
you was
climatize
really
up
way
there.
out there though, Thirst. You was fucking where? Red Rocks?
Yeah. I went to the Red Rocks and all that.
Yeah, see, you was way out there.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to go nowhere, man. I just wanted to go to my hotel and rest, man. I was like, whatever.
Like you
It
going
was like, you want to go on top of the Red Rocks? I was like, nah, I'll take a picture here and we could be out.
right?
Yeah.
I think I ain't coming to mountain climb.
What's that? What is that? What is that?
That's that Aguilar. That's what
Mm.
that is.
That's the making of a murderer right there.
Yo, y'all, I'm about to end this one here for me. My son got to go to work in a few, so we get this boy on his way and everything.
Yeah, I think we should.
So,
Y'all have a good
you
one,
know,
brothers. I see y'all in Orlando.
I'll be
Peace,
locking
peace.
in, and you know, I'll be on here next week, Wednesday again. You know, we're gonna keep pushing, promoting hard body all week. Send all them videos. Bogey, I got your video. Ag, I got your video.
Yes,
X,
sir.
I need your video. TMP.
I tagged you.
Let's flood all week, man, and let's make this thing historical, man. But 2 L's, much love to all of y'all, and I'll see everybody soon, man.
12.
Knowledge born, you already know.
Peace.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
And
Appreciate you,
you know,
knowledge.
y'all can continue on, baby. Stay safe.
All right.
2 L's.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too, yo.
All right, salute.
Each tea has its own character and properties.
What's up?
What is the purpose of breeding? These many teas are grown in nature, all of them. Is there a discernible difference? Yes, once you learn this, you can tell the difference between the teas. But the way I see it is, the tea doesn't judge itself. It's people that judge its grade. Different people choose different things.
Yo, I sip tea with big leaves between thick trees. Feel the wind breeze that brung in bees. Stare at the blue sea. Karate gi, books on Bruce Lee. My dragon fist extends from out my sleeve like a kung fu movie. Flipping over their bullets while they spray their Uzi. Chopsticks for sushi, drop kicks Suzuki's. Charm Lang and Susie. The area look bougie, built like a temple oriental. Let me tell a story simple. The sky's a stormy, brain pouring gentle. The more she pulls towards me, the more it's mental. Fist of the North Star, kiss of a soft throb, rosy dimples. A mist in the courtyard, all initials. Her robe has symbols, show she's Hindu. Kicks from Kinyu. Anything I miss, shall I continue? In the spring, the spider is the fly's fate. I train by 8, the crane and the snake. I learn from mistakes, I earn my plate. Can't burn by faith, I'm unconcerned with waste. And bloodlines with negative traits. You damn mountain, to practice human balance. I move in silence, my greatest challenge till I move back to Shaolin. With this tea is Darjeeling, it helps with music talent. And if your mood is violence, it's just smooth and violence. The crown jewel, black tea, relax me, a bluish island. They put me up on per urn. You don't stir, just let it sit, frankincense and myrrh. I prefer the expert nuts and herbs. Make rhymes with energy words. Wait on waiters to serve. Never let peace be disturbed. My third eye's like the beat of the bird that screech, observe. Never peak even though your destiny's reach. With rap, I'm a geek, a nerd. Strange happenings at the creek occurred. They said a beast emerged. The sky left the streets. The streets were herds. All this sipping my tea. All this written by me. Priest on my tea break. On my tea break. On my tea break. On my tea break. On my tea break.
Beautiful show. Shout out to Thirstin Howl and the Low Life crew. Y'all seen Aguilar in here, DJ Access, Throwback Champ, TMP, you know what I'm saying? Bogey Black, all the fam up in here. Big Earl in the comments, Tico in the comments, all of the fam, man. Love and loyalty. I'm telling you, beautiful show. They'll be back next week on the 15th. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, this Friday, I'll be out there at the J Electronica show repping the Podcraft. You understand what I'm saying? Repping the Podcraft. and scouting the scene out. I've been to that venue. I love that venue. I met Master Killah at that venue. I met KRS-One at that venue. I met Hakeem Ring from Channel Live at that venue. That's a place where art is celebrated. Understand what I'm saying? Matt Ills hosting. I know it's gonna be a banger. Matt Ills is comedic. He's serious. He don't shy away from no issues. Battle rapper, conscious MC, and a community person. Who creates space for the art and for the artists here in Orlando and the surrounding areas to come together and add on and build. They build in the barbershops, man. You see what I'm saying? Like that space of extending your right hand, you know what I'm saying? Jalik Amir, y'all seen him on here, seen him in a couple of places. Phenomenal MC. I know he gonna have something to do with this show. He got to have something to do with this show. So the fam coming out, being added, all of that, being in attendance and in that place to be, I'm telling you, it's definitely something ill. Definitely something ill. Speaking of something ill, did y'all hear Possible today? Okay. Put a 7 in the chat if y'all heard Possible today at the premiere. That I don't know that possession of the pen that's happening. You heard Possible today by Killah Priest. Put a 7 in the chat. Put a 9 in the chat if you really loved it. You understand what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was a tremendous ride. I know we're gonna get into it. I know we're gonna break it down. I know, right? So if you haven't heard it, I'm gonna play it right now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna play it right now, but for no reason at all. You understand? So new, just dropped today. Swift as Lights. Okay. Off the Swift as Light project. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So Possible featuring Code 17. All right. Let's go.
Way beyond in the Andromeda galaxy, in the holies of holies, all the counselors on polished rug clouds. In the spaceship, check your monitors. From the cockpit, doing algebra, miles above, clouds of love. Ensuring justice for the weak and fatherless. 24 elders take their seats for the arguments for the poor. Maintaining the rights of the afflicted and the destitute. Aligning with celestial beings, that's our ancestors too. All praises to true. Aligned with leadership and governance.
Teach the children.
Wills made an everlasting covenant. Saw the Lord and his hosts. Open books, subjects that I can't approach. A man with 3 animals stretched forth his hands and wrote.
Wait a minute. Did I misread something? Did we complicate it? Did we take it out of context? Or were these statements blatant?
Dr. Michael Heiser, visualizer, author, writer, spiritual guide, literal trier, since middle school, individual, miracle, biblical advisors. Strange happenings. Did I read the text wrong? Is this a complex song about the Father? Did the authors rightly connect Psalms? Dear gods, when the gods mortal men that enter portals through the pen, and there's just a morgue at the end. I have questions for you then. What has been? Or was it the supreme, unseen Elohim, sun beings? Just let you know the bloodstream is from kings and from queens. Either way we win. Binge. Are we here with visitors from somewhere else or we alone? To be honest, none of us know, but I can't deny that it's possible.
Let me get the bomb together, all right? So if you heard Possible today, put a 9 in the chat. So if y'all want to submit your tracks, if y'all want to submit your music, if y'all want to submit your art, go to kppodcraft.com. And every Sunday and every Thursday, Architect D, aka A Dizzle, and Killah Priest. They do the song promotion segment, give you live feedback on your music for the world to see and hear. Excuse me. So if you want to showcase your talents in that way, invest in yourself to get your songs for the world. A lot of people are listening in to the Podcraft and going back through the catalog and the pantheon of Killah Priest's music. So if you want to be in that algorithm, you invest in your art and you want to take it to the next level and seen and heard by a global audience. The Podcraft is a universal audience. I say global, like they on other planets and all. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them are right now on the rocket to Nebula. You understand what I'm saying? To the planet of the gods, man. So beautiful. So you can, support, you can invest, you can send a super chat there, and AD will shout you out on the regularly scheduled Podcraft. They will be on tomorrow and Sunday. So great opportunity in the building. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be great. And we're going to continue to move, continue to work, continue to collaborate and be great. So, and shout out to Ceaseless One, who was the sponsor for the show today. Understand what I'm saying? Royal Priesthood Wednesday sponsor, Ceaseless One. Okay? Let me drop a bomb for Ceaseless One. Always. Always sipping my tea. All this written by me. Priest on my tea break. Yo, amazing. All right. So, yeah. Queen Leptali will be here on the 22nd, right here, 8 p.m. Eastern on the 22nd. She will be right here. Okay. So possibly her and Queen Ty Phoenix. So both of them more than likely would be here, just not at the same time. Natalia is bringing us the Young Earth model, okay? The Young Earth model. She has scientific evidence, archaeological proof, all kinds of things to state her case and her claim that the Earth is 6,000 years old. So we'll be in the building for that. You understand what I'm saying? And Ty Phoenix has a show coming up on the 25th in Brooklyn, okay? At Craft NYC. Should be in the building. Her, Rusty Jokes will be in the building with her. Beanie Siegel, and so many others. You understand what I'm saying? So she'll be here talking about that show. And she might have a little snippet of something that she's working on. Okay? Might have a little snippet. All right. And shout out to Niru the Full Fuji for that End Days video. If y'all ain't seen that End Days video, I don't know what y'all was doing. You understand what I'm saying? She premiered it last Sunday. It was epic. It was great. It was big. It was beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? Dope. The Royal Priesthood is moving. Okay? Royal Priesthood is moving. And shout out to my A-Alike, original Royal Priesthood member, Kenyatta Black, with his Cipher-versary of his album. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to the God, man. Shout out to my A-Alike. You know what I'm saying? A decade. You created something a decade ago, and people can still marvel at it. You see what I'm saying? This is how you make art from the heart. You see what I'm saying? This is how you make timeless art from the heart, and it ages well. So the Jupiter return of that album happened. You know what I'm saying? Today. So then we have a good show. We had a great show. Had some great guests. We got to highlight, celebrate some legends, who are physically here and who are in the ancestral realm. So happy born day, Chino XL, and happy born day to Nobody Beats the Biz. Okay? We got some esoteric news from Jody. Of course, it was phenomenal. And all of these things all together working together. So I'm proud. I'm glad for every opportunity to come here and be amongst you and continue to build a bridge that is everlasting, right? So shout out to John Newsom. You know, the Hermes out here doing what he does as well. And again, just to run back those announcements, we're still looking for those videos. So if you want to shout out Priest and the Podcraft, you know, send in that video. I'll put my email in the chat real quick so you can email your video. And as y'all saw with Adam from Maine, shout out to Adam from Maine. He sent in his video, and his video got played by AD on the Podcraft. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be long, a little 30-second, 20-second joint out there. So, you know, send it in so you can be part of the celebration. Still celebrating, right? Still celebrating. So, you know, send the email to me and I get it to AD, or I play it over here, however it goes. And we'll continue, you know, to build, and continue to be the virtual and physical and etherical, ethereal street team for Killah Priest. You see what I'm saying? We all on this rocket. So continue to show love. And then some of the artists who are part of the song promotion segment will be guests here on the 29th. So I believe Savage Souls, and hold on, let me make sure. Savage Souls and my brother who did the throwback joint. Let me get his name right. I don't want to blurb it up. All right, so these are the collaborative efforts that we are working with today. The Great Dane, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. The Great Dane will be in the building on the 29th as well. I might have some other surprises, you know what I'm saying? Some people you only seen in a minute, and then some people you never seen. So this is what we do. And that's another leg up. When you invest in your art and we hear it, people want to collaborate. Priest might want your beat. You understand what I'm saying? And so now you get the producer credits in that way where forever you're like, oh, okay, well, who you work with? Oh, I work with Killah Priest. That's how it works. Just like that. So you get a chance to come up here and share your story. So, you know, the 29th, the day before John Newsom's birthday, I believe. I'm sure I'm correct in that. You know, we'll have some of that. So maybe we'll have him on as well, too. So we put this all together and make a dope show. So Royal Priesthood Wednesdays is expanding its reach to accommodate a lot of the new things that are happening. So it's one of the greatest times in the world to get your songs heard in a broadcast that a whole bunch of new eyes are on. So definitely think about making the investment in your craft and in your art and getting your art seen by different hearts and minds all over the universe. Okay? It's really a universe, you know what I'm saying? One nation under the woo. Right. So last time, please send in the video or send the email. The email is in the chat. Send in the email. And also, if you didn't get a chance to tell me whatever songs that you suggest, excuse me, you can add them in the email as well. You know, we want the albums, we want the songs for first-time listeners, and then also what y'all want to hear and see in the Woofology segment. So again, you know, you can put all of that in the email and put it together and start incorporating those songs and those albums and those verses and those features, whatever it is from the Woofology of Killah Priest. We will definitely be looking at that and considering that for the Woofology segment. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be ill. It's going to be ill. So with that, I say peace and love. We got one more esoteric news from Jody Southworth. Understand? So each time we get on here, we're going to represent her. We're going to shout her out. We're going to show her some love. We're going to uplift her. And we're going to show this increase. She deserves it. She put a lot of work, time, and effort, and energy in, and she freely gives of the Podcraft, always here in support. So let's rock in that spirit of reciprocity with those righteous ones that are amongst us. So show us some love. Go to her channel, leave a comment, give us some watch time, give us some watch hours, give us some love and support. You understand what I'm saying? I put a Cash App up there earlier. Give us some Cash App love. Cash the app. Okay? Cash the daggone app. All right? So show us some love. All right, so one more esoteric news and a couple of tracks, and we up out of here. Thanks for every brand new subscriber and first time listener. Priest told me to tell y'all some love from the studio. He's in the studio working right now, and he will see y'all.
Hey everyone, hello. So today's topic is something that often gets misunderstood, especially in the age of instant gratification. The occult is not a quick fix. It's not a hack. It's not a shortcut to power, enlightenment, or transformation. It is instead a path, one that demands time, discipline, and real inner work. And in today's world, we're conditioned to expect immediate outcomes. You want knowledge? Google it. You want change? There's an app, a course, or a 30-day challenge. But the occult, by its very nature, does not work like that. It's definitely a slower path, but a worthwhile path. I myself have been studying the occult for a total of 42 years. Now, the word occult literally means hidden. Not hidden because it's being kept from you, but because it requires development to perceive. Much like learning a language or mastering an instrument, you don't become fluent overnight. And yet, many approach esoteric practices expecting instant transformation, rituals that immediately change reality, or techniques that unlock higher consciousness in days. And that mindset is exactly what experienced practitioners warn against. Within traditions like Hermeticism, Western occultism, and ceremonial magic, mastery is always described as a gradual unfolding. Teachings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus emphasize principles like as above, so below, not as a slogan, but as something to be realized through experience over time. This isn't intellectual knowledge alone. It's lived knowledge. You study, you practice, you reflect, you fail, you refine. And over years, not weeks, you begin to see differently. There's a reason why serious practitioners speak of the slow path, because real transformation isn't about adding something new to yourself. It's about restructuring who you are. That includes your thoughts, your emotional patterns, your discipline, and your awareness. And that kind of change, it cannot be rushed. Quick methods often produce surface-level effects, temporary clarity, emotional highs, or placebo-like experiences. But deep work, that's different. It reshapes your perception of reality itself. The occult isn't just something you try, it becomes something that you live. Many practitioners describe it as a devotion, not to an external system, but to your own growth, your healing, and your understanding of truth. And that requires consistency, not intensely for a week, but instead effort over years. Now, if you're new to this path, the best advice, it's simple, but not always easy. Start with the fundamentals. So here's a grounded approach. Number 1 is build a daily practice. Start small. Meditation, breath work, or simple awareness exercises. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day builds the foundation for everything else. Number 2 is study core philosophy. Begin with foundational ideas rather than jumping into complex rituals. Focus on Hermetic principles, symbolism, and basic metaphysics. Understanding why things work matters more than copying techniques. Number 3 is learn symbolism systems slowly. Tarot, astrology, or sacred geometry are not tools to rush. They are languages. Take time to understand their structure and meaning. Number 4, keep a journal. Track your thoughts, practices, and insight, and over time, patterns emerge, and this becomes one of your most powerful tools. And then number 5, the shortcut mentality. If something promises instant mastery, it's usually superficial. Depth always takes time. One of the biggest misconceptions is that the occult is about controlling external reality. But in truth, it's primarily about mastering internal reality. Your perception shapes your world. Your awareness determines what you experience. So the real work is not out there. It is within your attention, your discipline, and your ability to observe without distortion. And that kind of mastery cannot be downloaded. It must be earned. The occult path isn't for those looking for quick answers. It's for those willing to sit with questions, to study deeply, to practice consistently, and to evolve slowly but authentically. Because in the end, the hidden knowledge isn't hidden by force. It's hidden behind time, effort, and transformation. So, that's it for today's video. If it resonated with you, take it as a reminder. You don't need to rush the path. Just start and stay consistent. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.
Kiss the rain, kiss the rain. I'll spare the light.
Born natives in the flesh with the hidden wings. I'm talking angles that connect, it's a different thing. We royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
The most anticipated, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, for the priest. Supreme, all real, kiss the ring.
We the royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
Smacking seas, watch the scream, your majesty.
She's not a raven, not a dove, and not a pelican. The immortalized phoenix, universal element. The throne holder with the flow that's most eloquent. Bringing the rebellion, the mothership propelling it. I'm nicer than they ever fathom every time I'm doing this. My energy is like slicing an atom to its nucleus. Interstellar, surpass astronomical. That's why my aura got a sparkle like a diamond do. Soaring through the sky, but I was born underground. Blood on the temple from the thorns in the crown. The seventh seal will open when the horn makes a sound. No time to mourn, you was born not to stick around. So start reflecting and atoning. I recollect the sectors I was known in, even long before the Greco-Roman. Time to bow and kiss the ring, you will respect the chosen. I won the battle before I select my next opponent. 6 million ways to die, they lied to the masses, but they never taught you how to rise about the ashes. My intuition say we trapped inside a simulation, so I'm here to bring demolition to imitations. I dispel the pressure when I held the scepter, the luminescent, iridescent solar cell receptor. I rebelled and I refused to sell the elder treasure. Time to unify, rebel against the hell forever. Every word in the verse you know in this phoenix. Give the people rebirth like I'm growing a fetus. Say the truth with my chest like showing my cleavage. The mothership kiss the ring, cause we the ring leaders.
Multitasking through the multiverse, immersed in the energy that broke the curse. In a thirst for higher works, dispersed out your speaker box like Peter Tosh. Days balance equal, vernal equinox, high voltage, frequent shocks, outward charged particles. Flares bring more color than carnivals, editorials, rhymes and written articles. Alkaline, my arsenal, I'm Canis Major, others are marginal. Fez, brilliant red like a cardinal. Flourishing with other Moorish kings, kiss the rings, mystic strings, beyond intellect, holistic beings, ecclesiastic, legendary like Atlantis, reminded of divine protection, seeing the praying mantis. King Sharif on my throne, caliphate in the east, my influence increased from Greece to Mozambique. Crown jewel, laying new ground rules, Ibukare, my mind sparred in renowned schools, no parlay, gracious, build an oasis, spacious, greatness, entire priesthood, traveling spaceships, connect with lawmakers, Mahatmas, scholarly, those who know the truth about the Barbary, God's professor, private sector, beat the architecture, Tartarian, so on the microphone, a barbarian, Islam, Al Day and Bay, if we Voltron clans, we run circles round Satan like the photon band.
Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. The black and brown came from the ground and filled the sun in the magma. I rap profound as a lounge, so kneel in front of your master. From merry-go-rounds to burial grounds, I killed every one of you rappers. With my skills I can heal, but my tongue is disaster. The eighth seal is revealed in none of the chapters. Burn them on cheap wood, this royal priesthood. There's cavities and casualties wherever we stood. When I black out, I see the bats route. I say things that make the cats crouch. Wings from my back sprout, serpent's coil. Anoint the head with virgin oil, drip with olives. We sit in garments and spit astrology, regardless, we goddess and goddesses. And thick as the dip with the garlic, but hard as the chip, that's smart, that's trick knowledge. Nah, we kick knowledge while eating salad in a big palace. The roof open and the sky show a rich harvest. The Bitterman man, the black who a thick target.
Hey, yo, musically I'm married to the group, that's the wedding band. Cycle Jordan rings like Thanos with the heavy hand. The ringleader, the electric lamb. I'm staring at the rings like a breast exam. I'm peering up the next cycle at the drug ring, spirals in the dust ring. I made a campfire with the circle around the sun spring. I see rings in the flowers where the blossoms bloom. Like the onion rings out of supersonic boom. That's two holes in the middle of the VM. I seen rings in the middle of the tree limbs, clothed in the gospel, the noble, apostle. I'm moving more circles than the O's in Morocco. My blow made the rocks glow. Killing sex traffickers, my flow freed the kids in the ring. From death massacre, priesthood, vampire hunters, arrest Dracula. Earth stage, I rock, never left in the ground, but smoke till I'm so high up that heaven is down. 12 angels quickly circle me wherever I'm found. Morris headband leader, that's a heraldry crown. Lying no sort of omens, bodies lammed in the floor. Purple rings of cerebellum, see who answers the door. As it quickly throws, they rain the snow rings like the sound of sleeping, playing ring toss with my chakras over mountain peaks. Now to the owl chief, ornaments around the reef, alkali, riding on the decibels around the streets. Brainstormers gather the star charters as every knee bends, kiss the rings of the Zodfather. The Don Zada, in a sense, like the Nog Chomper, knowledge chomper, Kaharaja, squash him like a Kalabasa, Kali Lama, Dalai Lama lamp, Muhammad Ali Baba, uncontrolled votes. They all bowed down when we stood. Big flag, zigzag, Zodiac, killer priesthood. Killer priesthood.
Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all meal, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all meal, kiss the ring.
Stoic silence of the oldest island begin to thaw, replaced by a growing comfort from endless wars. A sense of openness from the hopelessness of night terrors and war-torn. A culture hit on the tree of roots go down to hell. A vulture sits, its fruits are strange. Comfort is the enemy of change. That's Buddha slang. Ostentatious displays of masculinity, master identity, clashes of chemistry, acts to ministry. They found ossuaries where Yasha was buried. Yale and Oxford is wealthy. That's where it's held in a box with the Steelies. Sensation-seeking journalists, selfish collectors, thieves and lit professors. Search for leads to hidden treasures. Forbidden fruit that Adam and Eve bitten together. Seductive promise, corrupt the conscious, curse of the monstrous. A bomb nuclear launchers. Dinosaurs extinct who instruct the comets. Destructive regardless. Buddha's twisted bamboo. The Messiah touching carpet. Unspoken tension permeated the air. The sun show us vision made perfectly clear. The whole solar system from days, months to years, casting that over our tranquil existence. Joy and tears. The town's whispers grew louder, weaving tales of a particular king of power. Deceived as well. Conversation in hushed tones spoke of a clandestine underworld. King Tut's bones, the son of hell. Gray smoke filled the air, creating a nostalgic atmosphere. Contentment, religious. In the quietude of recent years, a mysterious veil descended from the night upon the living. The sun dipped below the horizon. The streets took on a different shape altogether. Monopolizing luxury cars, sleek and expensive. Stealthy rolled through the winters. Criminal business with their wives and the fitness. Some took bribes, leads to a sentence. Some survived codependent, now they co-defendants. Exposed to witness through hopes and contradictions. Cellmates, ex-cons in prisons. Killers with long convictions. Addicts with strong addictions. Badges, they draw depictions. Priest and mystic, listen. My book fell apart when I touched it. Its pages turned back to a papyrus, then went back to a tree, to a seed of a mustard. Over kings, left their skull and bones expressed with screams. Naked, wet in streams, cold water, running dry, body sunken. Each finger a row of golden rings. Each tell their moments with heroic genes. It's detailed perfectly, encrypted in codes on beams like mercury. Written on scrolls unseen, only the word to see. Missing head rolls from guillotines and perjury. Body release the soul in surgery. The mirror is clean before it cracks. Killer is back at the murder scene, the cleanest tracks. At the darkest hour of the night, glides on the wings of bats. Like a black avenger called the crow above a phoenix bat. Swirling ravens around my fountain pen. There's all my written text. Unforgiven death, counted sin? If so, I write this epistle, holding the crystal, trying to counter them. With rhymes I'm balancing, and the mind is challenging. and all my writing books that lightning pushed. Open with burning pages, minister from sermons from ages. A lot remain hermits and nameless. Hip-hop ordained minister of greatness. Came in the game from a spaceship. My merkable message, wordsmith on records. Magic, check it. It's like I'm related to the inventor of Tetris. It's weird, cause as my name slowly go down in the pages of history, the book disappears. My bars then reappear in shapes that's great. From the top then slowly drop. It's reoccurring as ghostly hip-hop. I'm the phantom. Hold your attention for ransom. In my father's house there's many mansions. Each room a bar, lounge, and expanded. A black K stretched next to a Celtic P. The crest etched upon my eldry. Red rosaries, holy beads. They red, I wrote a creed for the dead that goes to the elderly. Try to put a hex spell on me. Ropes around the necks fell from trees. Open the doors of the cellars, make you dwell in hell for centuries. As the middle age seal reveals the MCKP, an executioner, with a letter from Lucifer. The dreads go booyaka from Nephis to Utica. I'm really that vulgar as I read from the stilly of the vultures. I'm hip-hop, I'm the city and the culture. Watch, I play chess upon the universe. Map first, flat earth, pull up my chair. I use the borough of Queens as my queen, protect Brooklyn as king. Then call check as I place Manhattan on the Madison Square. Then wait calm, you can't touch the Bronx. You in check, you got a problem, try to lift up Harlem. He touched Strong Island next, I start smiling. That's checkmate, Staten Island. 32 pieces from my Charlene set. Who went next? I shuffle tectonic plates like it's a deck. Any concept, my sword complete with all flesh. It's Killah, Priesthood, war vet. The gold of Psalms, coat of arms, and medals on my broad chest. Othello and shove devils into a vortex. Eyes yellow like the great owl. As my mic appears from out of gray clouds, my verse heard in rave sounds and frequencies of high pitches. Hide in hieroglyphics, the lyrics is aged now. A sage found. How do I stay bound? Young with a face frown. I'm older with grace. On my shoulders go plates. I went from headaches, but now on my head is where they place crowns. Caution when walking on my stage with your sacred grounds.
Anywhere our feet touch become sacred grounds. See us walking over clouds wearing flaming crowns. If you ain't speaking with love, it's just a waste of sound. Sacred ground, laid it down, builders of the ancient mounds. Anywhere our feet touch become sacred ground. See us walking over clouds wearing flaming crowns. If you ain't speaking with love, it's just a waste of sound. Sacred ground, laid it down, builders of the ancient mounds. Lips of death kissed me and it died right before me. See, they say the Grim Reaper took his eyes when he saw me free. They need me like breath, though they cried and ignored me. So ironic, knew I was the most high as a shorty. Trees tried to record me in their rings, years of extra Lakers. Why y'all don't see that every tree's a stack of record players? Nectar mayor, nexus maker, killers on our best behavior. They say your next friend could also be your next betrayer. Magic trick, 3 eyes that saw me in half. I'm illustrating, brilliant, raving, spoken, taught me the math. Now it's all I see, thought I'd be a seraphim that shared honeydew melanin with the Z hive that's swarming me. They rhyme and it's boring me to dime. Be the glory, he's Allah's favorite suit. I arrived when he wore me, God. Body in the cleaners, had a stellium in Virgo. Kid adrenochrome sippers, melatonin into Merlot. Flying over New Jebu, I saw a giant priest rhyming on beats in a circle, playing chess with all the boroughs. I said I got next, sat on Barican, dropping words, snow like ashes. Seraphis, Caraxes, we played some worlds ago. I reached my jersey pieces from Monopoly and AC. Computer hacking saxophone, calling music to play me. To learn your pattern, son, your KP. Where should I move my next? Word horse, jumpkin' JC, or is that move smart? I sparked the LEO with ideas to build a new arc. The move is nights falling, cause his curtains made the room dark. I'm serving turns to blows that level the playing field. From owners to renting, the kingdom will never kneel. From Brooklyn to Guillotine neck, protect your shoulder mug. Upon his head he wore a T-set. I spit a soldier's blood. The mad Maga had that the dagger is still liquid. Watch it on cam, did in slow motion, it's still missing. The Knights of Elves cut off their legs and still kick the globe back to the subconscious mind where it existed. Bishop coming at an angle but witty, maybe he missed it. Spot the rook coming trying to take the Queen Elizabeth. Swept the pieces off the glass roof while turning slow, breaking ozone layers. Once connected to the turbo deep, they trying to figure out how I cut cut them with a steel sword. And though I danced across the ceiling, they were still floored. Skilled at war, though I became human, I was still the Lord. Right until my name became huger than a billboard. I almost cracked the firmament, yeah, with just the surface below. While I was in the sky, breakdancing as the earth was rotating in the circle, I created an inferno. My breath across the glass wrote my name into the words glow. Head spinning on the ceiling like iguanas, it's the lizard ill. Nothing ever happened, if it's all a dream, it isn't real. Pictures in your image real, lightning that I get to wheel. Grip the wheel, whip a pill, bananas when I drove off. Grasping with the spoke speak, magic on the throne seat. I'm faster like I don't eat, magic when our souls cross. Say the future limits you, traveling with no peak. Hide and seek the time I sneak back again, but don't peek. I saw myself counting on the map again, a stone sheik. For many kings vanished, cause their character was so weak. Collab with God until we slay the dragon on its own beat. Out the lid, on this pot they battling with no heat. Without my hands I caught a glimpse, then married it with cold feet. I walked on thin ice and melted half until there's no sheet. The Matrix figure skater, one it battling, you're hopefully the greatest figure skater. To the math magician, don't cheat. But what if no one can see us? No squares to hold and keep us. No board and no chess box, just astronosis Jesus. We just played each other's music, it controlled the pieces. Humans on the sidewalk, squares, planet psychokinesis. Every move connects fate and empty heads and neck weight. Santos and Priest in Australia, we talk to plant ghosts. Created
like money together. Now that's a checkmate.
Made the devil eat his heart out from off his breastplate.
The smoke rise, the ghosts fly, they both died. They throw tied on the goat hide. Sacrifice them all to wall. Rain fall, while tears pour. My ears sore, pagans don't hear law. Theodore, the old man stumbled from smearing off. Weird cough, appeared lost, brushing his beard off. His lady riffing from a distance, wishing he cared more. Tobacco called bear claw, the back of his hair gone. I'm writing in rare form, throw light in the spear storms like a titan with hair blonde, or Viking in gear bronze. My mic like a magic wand, daggers in palm, Pythagoras songs, the master is calm. Relax, moving his palm, near a pond, puffing the bomb, cuts in my arm, strong, a couple of charms, a couple of oolong. We smooth when we crush a new song. Purpose, we write verses to his curtains, we gone. Abraxas, Revis, believe it. If I can see it, I'll achieve it. The semis for the dinner when I eat it. The thrones is only 2-seated, and you ain't Mike Jack, so beat it. You're like Drac, anemic. Salute, empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man. The seed of Abraham, I am. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man. The seed of Abraham, I am. The hypothesis of Herodotus, gods and goddesses, the Eden garden to the apocalypse. Religion and politics, arguments between fools and true scholarship. Nowadays, everybody's a narcissist. Schools are targeted, no jewels, names anonymous. Everybody's making claims and say it's consciousness. Land hold to Egypt, hieroglyphics, Bible scriptures, Apocrypha, and the Josephus, the book of Enoch of those who pushed it to knock, and the scrolls of Jesus. Masons things told in secret. The only ones that wear the red robes can keep it. Next to King Solomon, the widow's son, and the deacon. Just speaking, and my flow chastise demons. Give them bad vibes while teaching. 12 from every black tribe is leading, along with 12 rabbis and magi's we leaving. This fiery hell breaking the spells of the heathens. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man. The seed of Abraham, I am. Empowering thoughts, a force, creation of man. The seed of Abraham, I am.
I am the God inside the sun, I'm Aries, son of Mary's. Summon air, he's still on top with none compare me. One of one with none compare me. You won't like me when I'm angry. Terms speaking to someone scary, sun canary, sunken berry. What a query from Tamari, ram the health data for the universe. The sun declared me Taurus, ox, and Taurus sock. Sleepwalking, I fought a fox and taught me how to walk through blocks. Torbaku, no daughter knock, Apocrypha, the laws of Doc, Pentateuch, Pentatonic, I can cause the pen to talk. My body gives it Morris Miles looking through the bullseye. I can see the aura watch, but the all is not. Calendars and tortoise tops. Gemini, outthought the clocks. Listen hard to thoughts of rocks. Hitman, lyrical bartender that call the shots of everything they fought to stop. Shipping the unorthodox, picking up the signal from the sigils and the water drops, making calls all wars to stop. New Neo, I'm Bruce Leo, Roy Jonah, Architect 9, need the cathedral. How you hypnotize all of the mind readers that's reading you. Most High, who made me up from lies that's completely true. Virgos, fur coats, fashioned from the ether zoo. Magic man from deep Peru. Theta Gamma, ancient grammar, placed in amber nail him with the Abraham Arabi. Medusa's head turned my hard drive to something floppy. One look, I nutted submit, and that seems meant. Typically Illuminati, hit the L like you in hockey. Mr. Superman, Asasi, Planet Rocky, ran with Shakti. Every verse an ace, never seen me dip the new Versace. Birthday suit and title wear can fashion in the human body. Libra Liberace, weight decisions on the dragon scales, imagine it. I am the jinn, I the mage, am I the ancient book of rhymes? I took my time, no I don't know if I am aging. Zodiac, my skin broke, the spikes inside the eye get made it. I'm great, I am at this. Punch it like I am a fist for one, so I am you. Let me show how I outran a jet. That I am you lit. I am legend, I in heaven. Follow all the planet steps. Knowledge you can't handle. Yeah.
Thoughts of force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham. I am. Force, creation of man, the seed of Abraham. I am. Priest, Ty Phoenix. Let's get it. From a mustard seed, I must succeed. Through storm clouds, a horned owl just brush the trees. The rainfall, I remain small to luckily. The grain is tall, but I change form, become a tree. Dusting off my leaves, the morphing bee. Swirl around me, a world with no boundaries. The ignorant 10% thought it was just a breeze. Throwing dirt, cause their heart holes in their hurt. Hey yo, Ty, you know the chart shows when to be alert. This goes from 2 in a verse to a whole universe. The altitude is windy, but through currents and air pockets, a rare prophet. To feel the world is too empty, it's too much to explain. Ty pH is the water source, only right she rain. And y'all know my name. Yeah, Ty Wave.
Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when you touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we up. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. A royal priest beside a phoenix is no less than fire. Every bar's a power line like an electric wire. We interplanetary beings, we can stand the sun. Been to 23 galaxies like a Samsung. When they speak of royalty, they thinking J and B. I'm talking higher deities and the awakened me. Unmistakably, I leveled up from A to B. Laid this beat like it was masonry, don't play with me. Going higher than the rest of them, flying we caress the wind. Tower over lesser men, taller than the Nephilim. Use it like a sharp sword so you will respect the pen. Claiming my reward every day, I put the effort in. Jewels around the throat chakra like a diamond necklace. Gather knowledge, drop clues like a crime detective. I took the road less traveled, found divine direction. We on the plane of existence with space and time connecting. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Taking you higher than you ever been. Feel the rush in the air when we touch the wind. Soaring with the eagles, baby, here we are. In the clouds past heaven, baby, fly with us. Fly with us. Fly with us.
at the same time sell us the dope that leads to heart failures and strokes. Where do we start? Do we believe what the elders wrote, or the ones who watch through a telescope? The Illuminati cyclops, beast mark on every coast. The head of a cult, the devil goat that sits in a drum circle like a hippie, dressed like a gypsy. My best of rocket the nebula quotes is like Tesla notes. Now they got surveillance on Diddy. I'm a cross between Umar Johnson and Billy Carson. I told my grandmother that we are from where the stars from. I'm like Rod Hayes, but I'm Todd Wave with a blonde fade. Some days it'll be an orange braid, half shade. That's just his character. I made hair like lemonade. Both his parents come from Africa. Y'all know the prototype, it's the walking life. See, the sun is the source of light. It made my quartz bright as New York at night. They say when Walter write, he can steer Hathor to the boat of the moon. Into the cliff, sent to the glyphs to open the tombs. They say Killah flows is like pillar porticos that fulfill the scrolls made of silver and gold. The bars I laid is like sculpted on the architrave. I wrote it like an art display of gods and goddesses with darker shades. I wrote it in the chamber, glowing like the child that was golden in the manger. Only 3 kings knew he was growing to be the savior. Okay, back to rap more about Hathor, the cow-headed near the Nile desert. Under the white clouds, the native dancing in the powwow. He wore the head crown of owl feathers. As the clan went from Loud Records, and Priest and Jizza wrote their signature down on Geffen. And hip-hop's are where I found the presence. The shepherds are coming down from Mount Everest, surrounded by peasants. With unclean skin disease, they called them leopard. I pointed a finger up and moved it around till I found the nebula. And told them I walked through Babylon, Persia, and Mecca. I talked to bees out their nectar, kings out their treasure. I've been counting ever since I've been walking. I started from forever. I've been writing on steelies inside of caverns where it's misty. Dealt tarot cards to the hands of time. Closed my eyes while the mouth of a cave kissed me. I gave the walls history. Y'all enslaved us all misery. That's why I shaved it off and came back bald, a mystery. I wrote it all on big slabs of lapis, lazuli, channel vibes to the candle fire. 12 candlesticks, 6 on amethyst. I write my scrolls on a clove of a rose. You see them when they unfold, the untold secret me and the queen bee hold. So when they make the pollen bin, I can communicate with the insect world like King Solomon. I mean solar gems, most roll to him.
Then I went rogue on them, those who stole my pen. Then I went ice cold as wind. Geminis we roll as twins. When we take the mic, we're the walking life.
The D's rated houses looking for your favorite out of Brooklyn. Africa praises to the bushmen, to the natives in the woodlands, the razors in the Juxin, through the mazes of the bullpen. They killed our saviors, re-raised us and made us into hoodlums. Malcolm X became one of the greatest out of the Muslims, except for this boxer who never went to Oxford, never became a doctor, but got the rings of the chakras. Cassius Clay and Hathaway passed away, saw dimensions. George Benson, could this be a masquerade? Preacher said fast and pray. My mother's not there, but I asked her grave. Tiffany's not here, but her ashes stayed. What words will Prince and Michael Jackson say? I was a boy, now the mirror showed me patches of gray. Then it got black, and I started like tapping into a haze. Dazed, the mirror said your hair looked glazed because that's how much passion you gave. This is what happened, you still rapping. The mirror became my healer when it told me I was a pyramid giver, a gold spitter and a soul filler. I came to slay the Antichrist, walking life, walking life. Yeah, so I pray.
Now, who were some of your early influences?
Well, the planets, the creator, mythical gods, real ones, people, flowers, everything in nature, inspiration. Musicians get their inspiration really from environmental things, and all musicians are inspiration to me, no matter what style they're playing.